morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Guardians did it again last night, beating the Detroit Tigers by a final score of 5-1. Cleveland is now a game ahead of the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central standings. The Guardians will go for the sweep of the Tigers tonight at 6:40. The Cincinnati Reds entered last night's game with the Pittsburgh Pirates one game back at the final NL wildcard spot. However, they lost to the last-place Pirates for a second game in a row. Luckily for the Redlegs, both the Mets and Diamondbacks lost last night, so they're still one game behind for the final wildcard spot. And finally, Thursday Night Football is on tonight. It's an NFC West divisional matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. This update was sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Does it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Oh, good morning, Mr. T-Bone.
We were just discussing prior to turning our microphones on, people we'd like to punch in the face. And coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, no, I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about them all. No, we're gonna. Although I can tell you, if we ever did do maybe that's a summertime show or
You punch somebody. There's nobody outside of who I just said.
Yes.
off the top of my head that I like. I'd punch him in the face.
Yeah,
You can't share that with the class.
no, he can't.
Oh, okay.
No, but they don't work here.
Oh, okay.
Put it that way.
That's good to know.
You wanted to know who I wanted to punch?
They might have previously worked here at some point in the past, but that's another.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but what I can tell you,
Let's just say that I have somebody threw more on my plate that I wasn't anticipating.
Yeah,
And now I have to deal with it.
yeah. See, and that's where.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary.
Oh, let me tell you, Tyvis, your favorite two letters are going to be N and O by the time we are through this football season, because it just seems like you have like a million jobs and they're all asking you for more stuff.
Make it 1,000,001 now.
Yeah. But this job, the one where you're up at 4 a.m. to come in here and do work with me, that's the job where you've not like everything that we give you nothing. We just say, come here for 3 hours, leave. That's it.
We give you nothing.
King and all the 10 TV people, they put crap on your plate. I'm not doing that. You got people, at other places trying to throw stuff at you. I'm not doing that. All I'm telling you is, I'm glad you're here from 6 to 9 a.m. And you're good. Go home and do whatever you want after that. But I tell you, by the end of this year, you're going to be looking at some of these other people around the rest of your sports media world and saying, sorry, no,
it's just,
thank you. I appreciate that, but I'm all full here. Can't do it.
No, because I have the feeling that I'm in the mindset of, one, it's only football season that it's like my schedule is chaotic like this. That's one.
Okay.
Two, it's like I treat this business like how I treat autographs. I don't mind doing everything right now because one day nobody's going to ask me to do anything.
That's true.
So, like, I might as well enjoy it, embrace it now.
That's true.
Because it might come a day where it's like, no, we don't want him on. Like
yes, but the other side of that is if you go to like your doctor's office for like a prostate exam, and he's like, before we glove up here, I did have some football merchandise I'd like you to sign. There will come a point where you're like, well, that's a little much, right?
I'll be like, I got you. Come on. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You haven't hit 40 yet, but just wait. Just wait.
Well,
that's a fun doctor's visit there.
Apparently, that's when you really become a man, according to Mike Gundy.
I'll tell you what. That's why he was hitting those high notes in that thing. I'm a man. That's why he was up there, because he'd had that. All right, we have a lot to get to today. We have Meredith Garfalo coming up at 7:30 with the Football Friday forecast. Right before that, 7:15, we will do the list. Top 5 fall things is the list topic today. It can be anything. It could be a feeling. It could be a food. It could be a
feeling.
Yeah, feeling, Tyvis. Get in touch with your feelings. Come on. We're all going to do that.
There's haunted houses on your list.
No. I hate haunted houses. I don't like jump scare. I don't like any of that.
Dylan,
I don't watch scary movies.
Haunted houses on your list.
My list is going to be very unserious.
Dylan hates fall.
I hate the fall.
Why do you hate? Why?
What's there to like about? Well, don't tell us what there's to like about it
No,
you're going to tell us on the list. But
right.
yes.
So you can tweet
I guess you could try to sell me on it when we do the list.
My favorite month is February, so there's a lot that goes on in February. So
my daughter is born in February. Still a terrible month.
You out of your mind.
Why do you like February? Why do you like February? It's like the end of football season.
It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
the Super Bowl, it's the All-Star week, it's the All-Star weekend in basketball. It's Black History Month.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Well, that one I like.
Tyvis Powell's birthday, a day where you show love to all your people, your significant others. That's Valentine's Day.
Is your birthday on Valentine's Day?
No, it's 2 days after, the 16th.
Oh, there we go.
Then Michael Jordan's birthday.
Okay. I mean,
Then we got President's Day where you get the day off.
We don't. I'm just letting you know. That's not when we get off.
If it's on the 16th, that's my gift to the world.
You take your day? You take your birthday off?
Never.
Why not?
I make it my business to work on my birthday.
Do you?
Yeah.
I take my birthday off. I don't care.
It's because he wants the recognition on his birthday.
Yeah, he's the person walking around with like the pin with the dollars to like, oh, it's my birthday. Give me a dollar.
No, I'd rather on my birthday be making money than just sitting there doing nothing.
You make it anyway when you get paid time off. It's called paid.
I don't know what that
is. Paid time off. PTO.
Never heard of it.
Learn about it.
That's what it's called, Mr. PTO.
There's no way
that's the whole thing.
I feel like that's
Mr. PTO.
It's paid.
I just feel like that's not real. How you gonna pay somebody to be off?
Because it's bargained for in your deal, in your contract, in your employment, whatever offering.
I just like the fact I like to work for my money.
That's fine. Well, you are. Good news. You got a lot of jobs. Congratulations on accomplishing your dreams, Tyvis. Speaking of accomplishing their dreams, the Guardians got off to a great start. Last night, they got the job done. They won 5-1 over the Tigers. Tanner Bybee went 1 run, 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks, 6 innings.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, not perfect, but great. That's what you needed. And they get the job done against the Tigers. They now are 1 game up in the AL Central with 4 to play. What a tremendous turnaround for this Guards team. Unbelievable. We were talking before the show. The stat that everyone keeps throwing out. Do you remember what the date is where the Guards were like 15.5 out?
Wasn't it like August?
Was it? I thought it was July.
July.
I thought it was like late July or something.
July.
And I brought that up yesterday. It's an impressive thing, right? But I think more impressive than making up 15.5 since July 20, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. More impressive than that is they were double-digit games out this month. They were on September 5th. They were 11 games out. It is 20 days later, and they're a game up. They've made up 12 games in 20 calendar days. That's unprecedented.
That's why we say both things is true.
Both are.
The fact that the Guardians is on an all-time heater and then Detroit is on the biggest choke job I've ever seen.
Oh, my God, yeah.
So I have a couple of dates here. 15.5 back on July 8th, 10.5 back on September 1st, 9.5 back on September 10th. And here we are, September 25th, and they're in first place.
I think on like September 4th or 5th, they dipped down to 11 out. And then went back up, like you said. But the point here being, like, they were dead in the water this month as far as this division.
They were never dead in the water to me.
Okay,
that's
fine.
I want to know what series was it that took Detroit's soul, because they have not been right since.
Well,
and I'm here for it. I am so here for it.
This series is taking their soul right now. I'm telling you. Sarah Langs, by the way, who's a great follow. Sarah S. Langs on sports, if you haven't followed her. Big, baseball writer, all that stuff. Most consecutive starts with 2 or fewer runs allowed. since the mound moved to its current distance in 1893. The White Sox of 1917 had 20 in a row where their starters gave up 2 or fewer runs. The Guardians right now have 19 of those such games where their starter gave up fewer than 2 runs in 19 consecutive games.
Yeah,
so
they pitching at an all-time level. Right
that's what
now.
I'm saying. Like, the pitching's insane.
Yeah.
They're playing guards ball and getting hits when they need them.
Well, George Valera hit a home run last night, so it was nice to see that go out the park.
That was.
The one I was watching the 7th inning where they walked and had the bases loaded, so they pulled the pitcher and put Vest in, and he was in there. He was dealing, and I was sitting there. They came down to Jose, bases loaded, 2 outs. Jose's on.
Yeah,
and everybody in the stadium is going Jose, 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 Jose.
It's great.
And boom, he comes through and hits a base hit, brings 2 in, and I said, that's the game. That was ball game. They made it 5-1 at that moment, and that was the ball game.
Hey,
so
I'll fully own it. I was a guy who said at the trade deadline, Stephen Kwan, people were calling about him, make the deals. If you're not serious about winning, if you're not going all in, then you got to start trading away. You're the Cleveland Guardians. You're not a big market team. I was all in on make the deal if it's there. They didn't. And now Stephen Kwan yesterday, another huge hit. Another great game from him. I think he is, I feel like I can't remember what the stat was I saw, but something like 30-something hits when he's got runners in scoring position in the last couple months. Like, he's been incredible.
Don't worry, they'll make the deal next year at the deadline.
No, probably in the offseason.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I am the most cynical person when it comes. I can't stand it when people slobber all over the Dolans. They're like, hey, or not the Dolans, but they'll say the guards are doing the best they can with this dumb ownership group. You're right. They do. Their front office does a tremendous job. Doesn't excuse ownership. But today, and for the next few weeks, because I think it's going to be a few weeks, we're going to get to talk more about this team. I'm done ripping the front office ownership, all that. I'm done with all that for right now because this team is doing something unprecedented.
I feel bad for the Reds.
Oh, well, you know what? We'll take a break because I need someone to explain to me the Cincinnati Reds. I need it to make sense. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good Thursday morning to you. With the rain we are noticing on the roads right now, we are seeing slower than average drive times, especially for folks over on the west side taking 70 eastbound into the city this morning. We also have some patches of fog going on, especially for folks in Etna this morning. If you are stepping out the door, be sure to be extra safe this morning. Thankfully, your drive times are pretty average still on 70 westbound and 70 eastbound, both at 71 and 70 miles per hour. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
The Ohio State University Army ROTC isn't just a curriculum. It's more than just a path to a degree. For more than 150 years, we have been forging tomorrow's leaders. Here you will find your purpose, your mission, your ROTC family. At Ohio State, you're not just joining Army ROTC, you're stepping into a history of excellence that spans generations. Learn more at arotc.osu.edu. Buckeyes lead the way.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Game day glory starts here, Columbus. The 2025 Polestar 3 is built to win, delivering Scandinavian luxury, cutting-edge design, and up to 350 miles of range. Right now, lease yours for $399 a month for 27 months with $55.99 due at signing, and score $15,000, double the EV tax credit. Visit Polestar Columbus on the Buyers Imports campus by the airport, the only place in Ohio where you can see, feel, and drive the difference.
Monthly lease payment of $599 per month for 27 months. Offer expires September 30th, 2025. See dealer for details or visit PolestarOffers.com.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
I love
love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. It's time to ditch the traffic jams and the rat race and take in that crisp morning air, the crackle of a warm campfire. With RCD RV's Fall Into Adventure sale, you can. September 15th through the 30th, you can cozy up to incredible deals. Sale pricing on all remaining new 2025 models. And RCD has travel trailers starting under $12,995, as well as pre-owned motorhomes priced under $39,995. Visit one of our 3 locations. Delaware, Heath, Pataskala. Shop online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun. Your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun, your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know, it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. Some downpours could be heavy at times, so don't forget the umbrella at home. Wake up temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And then for this afternoon, chances of rain becoming more isolated here and there. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 70s. For tonight, cooler overnight with our lows down into the 50s with skies turning partly cloudy. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Matty Ice is currently bathing himself in creamy jalapeno dip. And I've officially run out of ways to tease this show. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. 2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. Shout out to Rusty, who's in there. Quentin is in there. Quentin noticed I was wearing my Buckeyes hat today. Indeed, I am. Over 100 gas pumps. They're coming to date, and I can't wait. I won't be there the first day, but I will be there for sure, getting some brisket. I did see, though, we have a poll up in the YouTube chat, so you can go there and answer this question. Are the Washington Huskies underrated? Yes or no? Right now, early voting, 80% of you saying yes. And I think that's fairly correct, given that they got not even 1 vote in the AP poll, and they are undefeated and putting up some ridiculous numbers on offense. Mm-hmm. We have some audio from Joel Klatt talking about that coming up and clip that at 6:30. So make sure you stick around for that. But, yeah, you can answer the fan poll. Just go to our YouTube channel, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right in there.
I seen somebody predicted we lost that game.
Oh, yeah, we may have some audio from that, too. Little former head coach out that way. Might have out in the Western time zone. I'll leave it at that. You'll hear from all that coming up. All right, so you have to explain the Reds to me, because this is a team that also has had its struggles throughout the year. But the Reds went out last week, played the Cubs, swept them. Cubs are a playoff team. Good team. Sweep them. Now you've pulled yourself back into this wild card race. Mets are just imploding left and right. That they literally look like Ben Stiller in that Tropic Thunder when his arm is blown off and it's like a prosthetic. That's the Mets. They're just bleeding out. They're dying in front of us. And then you've got the Reds ready to pounce. They have a series with the Pirates, and you go, well, God. They just played the Cubs and played so great.
This is easy money.
Now you go play the Pirates. That's no problem. And then now you've lost the series. There's 3 games set. They've already lost 2 of them. Lost again last night in extras.
Last night, they had some fight in them last night.
They did. They came back a couple times.
They came back, but was able to send it to extra innings. Even in extra innings, took it another inning because they brought somebody in, but it just fell apart in the 11th. So
yeah, they lose 4-3 in 11, like you said. They are 3-12 in extra inning games this year, which is, I mean, I'm not saying that's the reason that they could possibly miss the playoffs, but certainly being 500 in those games would help your cause quite a bit. Winning that one last night would have helped quite a bit. I mean, you had a good start from Hunter Green. You survived a start from Paul Skeens, right? Like, he was good, but you got past him and then were able to get some runs against their bullpen. It's a tough look, though, when Livy Dunn is sitting in the press or in her, luxury suite. And you just, Paul Skeens strikes out another hapless Red, and then they cut to her just screaming like she's in Game of Thrones, like a primal rage scream for her boyfriend, which, as she should, but just a tough look for the Reds. I mean, you don't want one of the hottest people on the planet just screaming at you, You want her to be sad. You want her to be sitting there kind of like with the pouty face. You don't want her to be happy.
I love the fact that she's into it like that, though.
That is great.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine.
Because it's so many times you can have like a wife or a girlfriend that's like, I don't really care about that. Like I want to go sit in the box and do nothing. I like the people that's engaged, that's got the passion. It's like, good, you into the sport.
I feel like when I was their age, like me and my wife were dating at that point, for sure she would have been more like Livy Dunn. Now, like, I want to Livy Dunn in 20 years, if they get married and all that stuff, let's find out if she's still at the games, like, with that passion, right? Because, like, Matt Stafford's wife, Kelly Stafford, I want to say,
yeah.
She seems to have that passion. Like, they've been together a long time. He's old. He's still good. But, like, she has that passion for them.
I really, I need to ask my wife, was she animated like that?
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know because you probably they weren't panning to her in the crowd.
No.
Like, I'm saying, like, they probably weren't.
Undrafted Tyvis Powell? Yeah, no. They could care less about
What
his
about
life.
the greatest safety in Buckeye history, Tyvis Powell? They're not going to pan
They
over you guys.
Well, that's a Mike Doss thing.
No, I'm just saying they should care about all the players' families and show that stuff when anybody makes a big play. But I'm just saying we know how it works in TV. If you're not like a celebrity, they don't always go right there and show you on the camera.
When you got that interception against Michigan, they should have found your whole family.
My family.
Were they there?
Yeah, my mother and them were there. My mother came to every college game except for one. When we played Cal Berkeley. She didn't go out.
That was that the Smooth Jazz game? Was that Kenny G?
Yeah. And that's also the game I broke my wrist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
My mother's fault. She should have been there.
Kenny Guyton had a game. You broke your wrist. That's bad.
Going back to the Reds real quick, you guys know I like to gamble a lot, but I do not gamble on baseball. The Reds have only been swept one time this year. They need this game. It's a day game. Right now, they're minus 165 on the money line. I don't know. I might. It might be my first baseball bet of the season. Reds money line.
Oh, yeah?
And you could sweat it while you're at work at 12:40. Why not?
I hope you're putting like $5 on these bets.
No, my whole child's college fund is going to go on the Reds, Tyvis.
Yeah. You should actually, do what Scotty Vegas does and just put like thousands of dollars on these bets and then lose your mind at the casino.
Sweat it out.
That's actually why I think most people go out to the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is specifically to watch Scotty Vegas lose his mind over his bets or lose his mind when he wins them.
He said that he's big on hand sanitizer. He said he squirts hand sanitizer and rubs it every 2 minutes. He said that's his thing. He just
how dry are his hands?
That's not a thing. That's a disorder. He needs to talk to someone about that.
I asked him about it when we was covering the training camp, the Buckeye training camp. He said, Tyvis, I get that hand sanitizer and I just keep, bro.
Yeah. I mean, listen, as someone who's a little neuro-spicy myself, like, I get it. We all have our tics and things that make us a little different. But, that's something you should probably talk to someone about if you're having to rub hand sanitizer on your hands every 2 minutes. Yeah, you might want to talk to your therapist about that or someone. Tough look for the Reds last night. But the good news for them, the Mets lost Diamondbacks lost. It's good or bad, depending on how you want to look at it, because you missed a chance to capitalize on that, but also you didn't lose any ground. So everything's still in play for the Reds, but it would have been nice if they could have picked that up in extras. They were so close. That would have been a huge win for them last night. Didn't get it done. Seahawks and Cardinals tonight. I don't know. Is there any interest in this game? I know you're a former Seahawks guy. I'm not trying to downplay this game. It is Thursday Night Football. I don't get as excited about these games. I don't know why. Like,
you down on Thursday Night Football?
Not Thursday Night Football in general, this game. Just because it's two teams that I cannot get a read on right now for the life of me, because I don't believe in Kyler Murray and I don't really know what I'm getting with Seattle right now. So I will watch it just to find out like which of these teams I believe in, but it's not like I have a measuring stick that I believe next to them.
Well, there are some Buckeyes receivers playing in this game, so you should want to watch for that. But the reason that I'm watching is because there is this corner that Sherm, I was talking to Sherm, that he keeps telling me about that I need to go look at, and he keeps telling me that this kid is going to end up taking Tariq Woolen's spot. And I want to say is this Josh Jobe dude? He said the dude a beast, and I haven't seen him play.
This is a backup defensive.
I don't know if he a backup.
Seattle?
Yeah, I don't know if he a backup or if he a starter. He got to be a starter. I mean, he had 11 tackles last week, so he had a PBU, so he's got to be playing. I need to see this kid in the flesh.
Yeah.
Tyvis mentioned Buckeye wide receivers. I have a lot of interest in this game because I feel like the perception, at least nationally, is about the downfall of one Marvin Harrison Jr.
Dude,
everyone is very concerned about him, and especially around these parts, we thought can't miss. He's going to dominate the league the second he gets there, and I mean, I hate to say it, but that hasn't exactly happened so far.
The one he had a couple big drops last week, but the one that I know was making the rounds was where he's just standing wide open. Kyler Murray underthrew him for sure, but
it wasn't a terrible throw, though.
No, I mean, he was open. He should have made the catch. He literally, but he had to stop like he was fielding a punt, is what I'm trying to say. Either way, it doesn't excuse dropping the ball because it literally hit him in the numbers. He had his hands out, and it's like watching someone botch a punt. It was ridiculous. In either case, that's the storyline, I guess, to keep in mind tonight. Obviously, as we know, JSN with Seattle.
I got him on my fantasy team, on one of my fantasy teams. So yeah, he need to get it together.
Yeah, he's, you know what, he needs to do a little bit of I can't find the soundbite. Where'd it go? What old Chet Holmgren likes to do, right?
All right, let me lock in.
Yeah. That's what Marv needs to do tonight. I'm hopeful for him to turn it around. I saw C.J. Stroud's getting a lot of crap because he was wearing a Mariners hat and he plays in Houston. Apparently Astros fans were after him for that because they're dumb. Like, what? Who cares?
LeBron wore a New York Yankees hat.
And people gave him crap for that too. But you know what? I'll wear whatever hat you want, LeBron. You're LeBron James. And now CJ, if he was back to the CJ of his rookie year, maybe they don't care as much. But
LeBron is a Yankees and Cowboys fan unless a Cleveland team is good that year. Okay?
Yes, that's
get it right.
I just feel like for pro athletes, it's a little different than like you and me, Dylan. Like Tyvis came in here wearing any stuff, I'd be like, yeah, sure. You played for multiple teams. Like I think your fandom is a little different, but even then, you are still like a diehard Cleveland fan.
My fandom is I'm not really too much a fan of any team.
Well, I
just work for the Browns.
I saw a clip of Tyvis on the Cleveland show wearing a Michael Jordan Bulls jersey, and I'm like, if he would have done that 30 years ago, that wouldn't have flew. They would have been very upset up there.
People in the chat was mad about that.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. Oh, who cares?
And I'm like,
got to defend the
greatest of all time. Why would I not?
Because he killed the Cavs.
Because he hit a shot over Craig Elo.
And over again.
Can't have that.
It's a goat.
How dare he hit a shot over Craig Elo?
It's a goat. I wore my Giannis jersey on there. What you gonna say to me?
We know about that. Yeah, we know you love him. So coming up next, 2 minutes. Clip that is coming up next. Joel Klatt is not sleeping on Washington. We'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still no crashes or major slowdowns to report as of right now, but for folks in Groveport, do listen up here. We do have some lane closures starting tonight that will be lasting for about 30 days. It's happening on 270 northbound and a big stretch of it, too. Between Allen Creek Drive and Hamilton Road, it will be reduced to 2 lanes again starting tonight for 30 days. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we're offering an amazing $12,000 off MSRP on a new Ford Bronco Badlands. This offer is only from Krieger Ford, so come see us on Morris Road or visit KriegerFord.com today. Home of the Krieger Commitment. Best cars, best people, peace of mind.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Oh! Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
All right, so Joel Klatt, he is a man of many talents. He calls the games on little show called Big Noon Kickoff. I don't know if anybody's ever seen one of these Big Noon games around here. We don't usually get them too often, but anyway, you might be familiar if you've ever checked one out. Joel Klatt's on those, but he also has a podcast, does a lot of other things. He is, though, talking about the Washington Huskies and how the AP poll does not value them at all, and he thinks this game against Ohio State could be a little tougher than some are anticipating.
The AP poll is such a joke. Washington got 0 votes in the AP poll. Are you guys willfully ignorant or just ignorant? Because that's a joke. You mean to tell me that there are teams down there getting 3 and 4 votes that would get absolutely slaughtered by Washington? Please tell me you just forget that they're in college football. Please tell me that this is a sign that you don't stay up late for games on the West Coast. Please tell me that you just haven't seen the Huskies play because they're all the way tucked up there in the great Northwest, because they've got the number 2 scoring offense in college football at 58 points per game. They got a hell of a quarterback, a coach that has built a winner before. Coleman is terrific. He's running the football well. This is a legitimate team with the second longest win streak at home in all of college football. And they don't have 1 vote in the AP poll. What a joke.
I mean, I can't really disagree with any of what he's saying. It's not that I think Ohio State's going to lose this game to Washington, because I definitely don't. I do think it sucks that Ohio State, if they win this game by 10 points, is probably going to be looked at as like they struggled with an unranked team. And it's like that is not indicative of how good this Washington team is, in my opinion.
The only bad thing about the Washington team is the defensive side of the ball. Like, that's offensively, they probably compete with anybody because they got the pieces to be able to do that with the quarterback, with Damon Williams Jr., with the Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston. Those 3 can play anywhere in the country and be successful. That's how good those guys are. So defensively, they got some work to do. Some work to do. And this thing could turn into a shootout if our defense don't come ready to play. But the thing is, I feel like they will. We've seen our defense perform really well. But that Devon Williams, I'm telling you, man, that mobile quarterback thing changes things a lot. I'll be interested to see who spies them, if Sonny spies them or Arvell spies them, to try to keep them contained in their pocket.
I think there's a lot more to what you said, Bone, about them not being ranked. I didn't really care before, but now that it seems like a lot of the talking heads, football, quote unquote, experts, even Vegas, seem to think very highly of Washington, I feel like us as Ohio State fans and college football fans as a whole got robbed of a ranked matchup.
Yeah.
B, this could have been like a resume building win for Ohio State. And maybe it won't matter if they just take care of business and win out. But it's not going to looking back on it in October, November, it's going to be like, oh, they went, if they take care of business on Saturday, it's just going to be like, oh, they took care of business against an unranked team. That's what they're supposed to do. Versus it would be like, hey, they beat a ranked Washington team back in September.
I feel like in the moment, it will feel like, oh, they just took care of business. They did what they were supposed to do. But if Washington finishes the season ranked, to me, that's a win against a ranked opponent. Like,
no.
What you talking about?
I agree with you on that, but let's look at. I'm looking at their schedule. Not that we always have to care about this. Number one, it doesn't matter, right? Let's be clear on this. I'm just doing this as a thought exercise.
It doesn't matter for who.
It doesn't matter if Ohio State gets credit or not for beating a ranked team or an unranked team or whatever, because if Ohio State wins the games they're supposed to, and if they win a couple of the big ones they have on their schedule, obviously this one is one of them in my mind. But then, yes, when you play Penn State, when you play Michigan at the end of the year, like those are games that if you take care of your job and do your job there, there's not going to be any issue of, well, they were undefeated or one loss, but man, they didn't really play anybody. No, like it's not going to come into play. All I'm saying is with Washington, this is a team that usually when you drive narrative about who's great and who's not in college football, they will bring up things like, well, like Indiana. Indiana smoked Illinois. Should Illinois be in the top 25? Not given that performance, I wouldn't say so.
They knocked them all the way down to 23.
But not out. I'm saying the fact that, like, it sucks that teams like Notre Dame having 2 losses, granted they were close, but they started the season 0-2 and stayed in the top 25.
I know it.
Illinois gets drubbed by 50 almost, and they are still in the playoff. They're in the top 25. But a team like Washington, because they apparently gave up too many points. To your point, Tyvis, their defense is a little questionable. They played Colorado State, gave up 3 touchdowns. Played UC Davis, let them put 10 on the board. Now they won 70-10, but still, the fact they scored any points is a little bit not great. And then against the Washington State in the rivalry game, again, they dominated that game and won by 30, but they gave up 3 touchdowns to a bad Washington State team. Defensively, that's where Ohio State, I think, has the difference in this game. Their defense will, I think, be able to handle Washington's offense enough to keep OSU's offense, give them time to figure it out on the road. If your young quarterback is having trouble there, if Julian Sayin struggles, this OSU defense will keep them in the game. And then I would anticipate by the second half, if not before, Ohio State starts to kick it into gear. But if, let's say, this game ends up being because of noise, because of this offense being really good for Washington, and it's a big test for our defense, if that all happens, that at the end of this game, it's like 34-24, people won't look at that as, wow, Ohio State went to Washington and played number 18 Washington and beat them by 10. They'll look at it as they struggled with an unranked team. And I think that's stupid if you've watched Washington play. They are better than an unranked team. They certainly should have votes in the AP top 25, even if they didn't make it into the poll.
So, yeah, the fact that they ain't got no votes is crazy. Like, they're out to lunch. Hopefully, when they get to November and the CFP starts doing it, hopefully those people have paid attention to enough football and watched enough tape, which I'm not going to hold my breath on that. But you brought up Notre Dame being 1-2. Notre Dame could be done because they play in Arkansas.
Oh, that's a very interesting game.
And this Taylon Green kid, the quarterback from Arkansas, he been getting a little buzz lately. Like, he could be like a pick in the draft.
Okay.
I would actually like to see it. I actually want to see him, what he does against him. Right now he's got 1,100 yards on the season, 12 touchdowns, 4 picks, and he's got a QBR 90.5, which ranks as 4th.
That's not bad numbers for what is he, 4 games?
6'6".
Wow. It's a big dude.
6'6", 224.
So people around here have been eyeing the line movement of Washington and Ohio State going from 14.5, and now it's down to 7.5. So it moved down another point yesterday. Yeah. That Arkansas Notre Dame line movement too. I think it opened up around 7.5, 6.5, and now it's down to 3.5 the last time I looked. So there's some wonky lines this weekend. I think you might see. I'm not predicting Washington's going to upset Ohio State, but you might see some other upsets around the country this weekend based off just line movement.
This is a good week for football. Actually, there's some really good games.
This is one of those weeks that you need. I actually told my wife on Sunday this past Sunday. I said, honey, listen, I know I watched a lot of football this past week. You let me know what we need to do this coming week before Saturday. I will get whatever done I need to as far as like honey-do list, chores, stuff like that. I'm just requesting a noon to midnight like runway for Saturday because there's just games all over.
Oh, you're going to stay up and watch whatever West Coast game is going on? You're going to make it that long?
No, I figure there will be some tweeting late after all the games where I would just be hopefully talking and putting the smoke out there for people. Hopefully they want the smoke that I'm throwing out there as opposed to the other way around.
Throw a grenade and shut the door.
Shut the door. Whew. I was not sure where we went there. I had a little bit of I got nervous. I didn't know what you said. Shut the door is what you said. Thank God. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this Washington schedule, by the way. They're at Maryland after Ohio State, Rutgers, at Michigan, Illinois, at Wisconsin, Purdue, at UCLA, and then finishing out the season against Oregon. Let's say they lose to Ohio State, which I predict they will, and I hope they do.
They better.
What I'm saying is the chance of them finishing top 25, I could see them having 2 to 3 more losses beyond Ohio State. So they would be probably like a fringe top 25 team, depending on how those losses are. Like if they play Oregon close at the end of the season, that's probably good. If they get smoked by 30, they're probably not in the top 25, right? How do they handle going to Michigan? That'll be a very interesting game because I think they could present some problems with that Michigan defense.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being petty and nitpicky, but I've talked about before how the AP rankings affect the first college football playoff rankings. And I just would have liked to have seen Washington be higher for when we get to that point. Let's say Washington only loses to Ohio State and then they win out until that first ranking comes out. I would have liked for them to have been higher so it looks better for Ohio State because Ohio State might need some resume building wins when it comes to the seeding because that Texas win isn't looking as good as we thought it was when it happened.
That's what everybody keeps saying now is like, well, they really haven't played anybody. And it's like they played Texas to start the season, but Texas is offense. Now, that negates it's all based on Arch Manning being bad. Because if your quarterback is bad, you're viewed as not being a good team. And that sucks because Texas is a good football team. Arch Manning didn't play as well as he thought he was going to play, which is almost impossible to think he was going to play as good as some had hoped. But yeah, like the Texas defense compared to Washington's defense, let's say this weekend, that should be night and day different for what Ohio State's offense is going up against. Obviously the mitigating factor is the noise. Like you're going to be dealing with a very loud crowd there. And if that rattles Julian Sayin a little bit, I don't think it will because this man played in some big football games already and he's shown up and played well. So are you worried about their defense?
No.
Washington's?
No.
Okay. That's what I thought.
No, I'm not.
We have an update for you on Guardians DH David Fry, that injury he had from the game a couple nights ago. We'll give you the update on that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Thursday morning to you. We are noticing our first crash of the morning, and it's really happening way out east over by Buckeye Lake. The left lane is currently blocked on I-70 in that westbound direction, just past State Route 13. Because of a crash out there, the road pretty restricted this morning, so do make sure you plan ahead. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Children with Down syndrome in Central Ohio need your support. Join 10 TV, Newman Roofing, and the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk. Join thousands of participants as we come together to celebrate the uniqueness and resiliency of the Down syndrome community. Your participation and donations directly support programs and services for people with Down syndrome and their families. Together we can make a meaningful impact and pave the way for a more inclusive future. Sunday, October 5th for the 2025 Buddy Walk.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Let's go!
Fox Tonight takes you to hell and back.
Speed up! Yes, shit!
First, don't miss an all-new season of Hell's Kitchen. And for the first time ever, it's a battle of the states.
Cook with prize!
Then, Olympic gold medalist Shawn Johnson.
Ready?
Jump!
Actor Jesse Smollett.
You got this.
TV personality Teresa Giudice and more.
I can't breathe!
Take on Special Forces' world's toughest test.
One of us has to stay calm.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
At the end of the day, the sun sets on Central Ohio, but stories are still unfolding. Every voice, every neighborhood, every question that still needs answers. Fox 28 News at 10 is there in the quiet moments and at the turning points, digging deeper, finding solutions, lifting up the communities that shape who we are. At the end of the day, you deserve a team that's on your side. Fox 28 News at 10, always on your side.
When we started the company, I was absolutely going to build my own plant. We can build a very, very good window and sell it at a reasonable price. And if you buy from a company that is a dealer, they have to order the part from the factory, have it sent, and then schedule a service. I got 500 locks out back. If you need a lock, it'll take me 15 seconds to walk back here and grab one for you.
Visit our showroom today at 4200 Roberts Road.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and football season is here at Columbus, and Germain Toyota of Columbus has the winning plays. Drive home a brand new 2025 Tacoma SR5, just $269 a month for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year. Or power up with the Tundra, now just 1.75 APR for 72 months. Don't wait. These deals, they won't last long. Stop by Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or shop anytime at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
The Fan 2 is on the air. Catch the Bob and Tom Show in the morning and Jim Rome in the afternoon. And Buckeye stuff and Reds 2 in the NFL. It's lots of stuff. You get the picture. It's the Fan 2 live on 1460 AM, the Fan app, and the Fan's HD2. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, the Fan. Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You know, we were talking last segment about Washington not getting the respect. Not a single AP voter voted for them.
Washington.
Yeah, in the top 25. Well, we are talking to an AP voter. Brad McMurphy's going to join us coming up at 8:30 today. We can ask him about that.
He's got some explaining to do.
That's right. We're going to interrogate him. Say, let's go.
Did you?
What?
Well, last time we talked to him, Tyvis asked him something that I thought. Tyvis says he's not a media person. He was doing some great investigative journalism. So I'm
What
I
was?
don't know. You.
What I ask him?
You asked him about who he had in his top 5 and made him explain.
Yeah.
And
you kind of put him. You kind of put him on
right
the spot.
on the spot.
It's good.
Because you're a journalist now.
That's right.
I'm not
Media
the-
member.
Member of the media, Tyvis Powell.
That's not the case.
That's exactly right.
I mean, it's you and Pablo Torre, man. Two the top sports journalists currently.
Right.
Asking all
Pretty
the hard
much.
questions.
Pablo Torre, man. I love to like him and Cuban going back and forth. And now they're into like, we're arguing about like tax law and stuff that no one cares about. But just the two of them are like, no, I'm right. I'm right.
Speaking of putting people on the spot, I think I did that on the Cleveland show on Tuesday. I was talking to Aditi Kinkawala, and I was trying to get her to explain to me about, we were talking about the Browns, obviously.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, how is it that Jim Schwartz been here for 3 years, and every time he gets a player, they turn into something great.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's been here since 2020, and he can't hit on nothing. He can't hit. Like, granted, I'll give him Quinshon and Harold Fanning, but outside of that, everybody else has been just miss after miss after miss after miss. I'm just like, how is it this man can figure it out and this man can't figure it out? And he is supposed to be this guru on offense. Like that's so I kind of grilled her a little bit about it, and she like gave me this answer, and she knew I was right. She knew I was right on it. So I left it alone, but I wanted to go back at her again and say, talk about the quarterbacks. So it's like, this man was supposed to be this quarterback whisperer, but if you go back, every quarterback he had at the beginning, when they first started, when he really didn't have all his hands on them, they were fine. Like Baker Mayfield was good, but then he became check down Charlie. Deshaun Watson, he was never that good when we first got him because of his suspensions and all of that stuff.
But previously in Houston.
But the last we seen of him, he was check down Charlie. Joe Flacco 2 years ago slung the ball all around the field. This year, check down Charlie. Like, why is this?
Well, you know what? And you bring that up. I heard you on Rothman and Ice the other day. When you weren't talking about your favorite porn stars,
Riley Reid,
but when you were on with Rothman and Ice, you made some excellent points there about the fact that like that Joe Flacco essentially has been a guy that when he was here 2 years ago, he had just got off his couch and was playing with house money, and he's like, I'll throw it down the field. Who cares if I throw a pick? I'll get a touchdown to bring it back. And now he's a guy who's Kevin. I think Stefanski's gotten into his head and said we cannot afford an interception. You arguably have the best defense in the NFL. I think you can afford a few picks. Throw the ball down the field.
So I'm sure we'll get into this more tomorrow, but the Browns are 9.5-point dogs against the Lions, and I normally like to take huge dogs like that, but I think we might see Dylan Gabriel late in the game. I think the Lions are just going to tee off on Joe Flacco.
You're saying they're going to knock him out the game?
Their defense is going to. They're going to have a field day with this offensive line.
I think he's underrated. He got that seat. I'm sorry. I know he's from the team up north.
He was on pace last year for 30 seconds.
And then he got hurt, and we forgot about him. Like, think about in the offseason when we were talking about Miles and Trey Hendrickson and J.J. Watt all getting their money.
We didn't forget about him because we
on
had
this show, we did not mention Aiden Hutchinson one time when we were talking about the best pass rushers. We forgot about him, albeit because he was injured last year, but we did. We didn't mention him one time when we were talking about the best pass rushers.
That's not true. Because,
gentlemen, listen, there's plenty of time for us.
I'm not letting him have it.
You never said his name. His name never came out of your mouth.
Not on this show.
Well, that's all that matters.
This is the show that matters, number one. But also, there's plenty of time for you two to slobber over Michigan players. Can we get to guys who are heroes in Ohio, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's hear it.
David Fry, who obviously, he has his ups and downs as a hitter.
My guy.
However, that pitch he took to the face from Tarek Skubal was, you saw it on Skubal's face. Like, he instantly threw his glove down and was like, I can imagine how you feel when you are doing your job, right? You're supposed to be throwing 100 miles an hour. He does. One of those pitches hits a guy in the face. That's never the intention.
I'd never take a bunt again if I was David Fry.
No, I know. In either case, there is some good news after all that. David Fry, the Guardians put out a statement yesterday saying he has already been released from the hospital. He is resting at home. The medical diagnosis of what he had was multiple facial and nasal fractures. However, they were what they call non-displaced, which means the bones are not they don't require surgery.
Good.
They will grow back normally. He just needs to not get hit in the face with a baseball again for a while and take some. So he's out, they said, at least 6 to 8 weeks. So presumably, even if they make a run to the World Series, you probably aren't going to see him back in the lineup, but that's okay. When we saw that initially happen, I thought, God, we may see someone who may never play baseball again. Who knows? Or worse, with that type of injury. But also, I saw Skubal went to the hospital to visit him.
I saw that too.
Good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I want to see him lose and not rooting for the Tigers to get anything done against the Guardians, which they didn't, in the game he pitched. Still, that's a good human, it seems like, who would go and do that.
Yeah. And I just wonder if this is the last we see of him in Detroit.
It's an interesting thought.
I think
that's a problem for those losers to worry about up in Michigan. We don't have to worry about it.
He will be back in Detroit.
Yeah, but a cool gesture regardless from him. So very nice stuff there. The NFL's printing money. I will tell you the latest way they are doing that. Coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, despite all the rain we're noticing out on the road, still no crashes to report in the metro, but we are noticing some slowdowns for folks in New Albany, especially over by that 62 and 161 intersection out there. A similar situation for folks in Canal Winchester as well. Taking 33 westbound, you will encounter some slowdowns, especially over by Pickerington Road and Gender Road, but do note here it gets a lot better heading into the city. Again, 33 in that westbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Tri-State Men's Health and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Dormar, your climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. It's time to ditch the traffic jams and the rat race and take in that crisp morning air, the crackle of a warm campfire. With RCD RV's Fall into Adventure sale, you can. September 15th through the 30th, you can cozy up to incredible deals. Sale pricing on all remaining new 2025 models. And RCD has travel trailers starting under $12,995, as well as pre-owned motorhomes priced under $39,995. Visit one of our 3 locations, Delaware, Heath, Pataskala. Shop online anytime at rcdrv.com.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, so you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet just $5. It's the only betting app I use. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
Tailgate season is here, and if your grill makes you have to duck when you light it, it's time for an upgrade. Billiards Plus carries top-of-the-line grills that you can pass down to your kids and gifts the whole family will enjoy. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Get the MVP, more value price, from Coghlan Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Get 0% financing on a new 25 Kia Sorento or 3.49% on a new 25 Telluride. Visit CoghlanKia.com.
Has the car for you.
based on January to December 2024 retail sales. 0% for 48 months and 3.49% for 60 months equals $20.83 and $18.19 per 1,000 finance through Kia Motor Finance. Not all will qualify. All qualified manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 9/30/25.
When we started the company, I was absolutely going to build my own plant. We can build a very, very good window and sell it at a reasonable price. And if you buy from a company that is a dealer, they have to order the part from the factory, have it sent, and then schedule a service. I got 500 locks out back. If you need a lock, it'll take me 15 seconds to walk back here and grab one for you.
Visit our showroom today at 4200 Roberts Road.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Guardians did it again last night, beating the Detroit Tigers by a final score of 5-1. Cleveland is now a game ahead of the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central standings. The Guardians will go for the sweep of the Tigers tonight at 6:40. The Cincinnati Reds entered last night's game with the Pittsburgh Pirates one game back at the final NL wildcard spot. However, they lost to the last place Pirates for a second game in a row. Luckily for the Redlegs, both the Mets and Diamondbacks lost last night, so they're still one game behind for the final wildcard spot. And finally, Thursday Night Football is on tonight. It's an NFC West divisional matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. This update was sponsored by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better. Scheduled today at thewaterworks.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We have a packed show today. The list coming up at 7:15. Top 5 fall things. Curious to hear your list, Tyvis. Dylan hates fall, so I'm also curious to hear what he has to say. You can tweet us those too. You can tweet us some of your favorite things about fall at Bone and Tyvis 971. We're starting to get a little bit more fall-like. We got some rain. We had some overcast days. It's not been like 80.
The leaves are starting to change.
Yeah,
starting to get that. Fall off the tree.
7:30, we've got the Football Friday forecast. Even though it's not Football Friday, Meredith Garfalo will join us at 7:30. She's in today because tomorrow she's not here. So we didn't want to not have her on.
She took PTO.
Yeah. You inspired her, Tyvis.
Yeah, that's right. She saw you take some time off and she said, that's a good idea.
No.
8:30, we will talk to Brett McMurphy, college football reporter for On3, AP poll voter. Ask him some questions about his vote, some stuff going on in college football. Just spoiler alert, not looking like we're going to have a change in the college football playoffs anytime soon because they had a meeting yesterday. Apparently, that was not really discussed about getting it changed before 2026.
You're talking about the 16?
Going to 16.
They don't need to go to 16.
I know. And the good news is they're probably not going to, at least for the next year or maybe two.
Good.
So
I hope they never do.
We'll get into some of that discussion with him coming up at 8:30. But the NFL, they're printing money. So statistically, we know that the NFL drives ratings, it drives numbers. People care about the NFL. And I know that people maybe outside of our business of radio and television and stuff like that, maybe you don't care about the ratings, but I just want to put in perspective why it is that when you flip on ESPN, they're talking largely about the NFL. Why you flip on this radio station, there's a lot of talk about the NFL. Any radio station around the country you flip on, they're probably talking some NFL. Why is it that it's dominating the coverage? Here's just another example of why. And obviously, like I said, they're printing money doing this because the TV deals are lucrative. And Roger Goodell wants to rip them all up and renegotiate them because of numbers like this. Bears-Cowboys. Was that a close game? Was that a relatively good game by the standards of what we would call a good game?
Well, the Cowboys look terrible. The Bears look great. So,
yeah.
No.
Bears offense looked good. Matt Eberflus made Caleb Williams look good, just unfortunately as the Cowboys defensive coordinator. So that wasn't great. That game wasn't particularly close. However, it involves two large fan bases, two very passionate fan bases. 25.5 million people watched that Cowboys-Bears game last Sunday afternoon. Just that is the type of number that any other sports league would kill for.
Was that the highest of the week?
It was, I think, the highest of last week. However, right after it,
gotta be kidding.
Right after it was Sunday Night Football, which featured the Giants, which of course are from New York, so that's a large market. A lot of people watch the Giants. However, they also have not been particularly good of late. They were playing the Chiefs, and was that game? I guess at halftime it was close, but
it was 9-6 at halftime.
It was still a disgusting, not aesthetically pleasing game.
Yes. Neither of these games would I quantify as wow, these were great games. Wow, what fun football I was watching. These were tremendous games. And yet that Sunday Night Football game with the Chiefs and the Giants did 25.3 million people. Now, if you just say, all right, so what does that mean? I don't know TV numbers at all. Well, last year in the World Series, the two teams involved were from middling TV markets. No, I'm sorry. It was the Yankees and the Dodgers, two biggest names in baseball.
Rob Banford's dream World Series, I'm assuming.
Yes, if they couldn't draw it up any better than that. Biggest market. Two biggest markets that they have, two of the biggest teams in those markets, yes. Iconic brands, all that. The highest number they got in any one game for the World Series last year was 18 million. Okay, so a regular season, this is not week 1 where everyone's excited because it's just football's back. This is now we're into week 3. These are games that did not feature the biggest names in the sport completely. Pat Mahomes is playing, right? But all I'm telling you, these are just regular season NFL games that didn't have particularly any huge juice to them, and they drew numbers that shamed the best matchup baseball can offer to you in the World Series with 7 million more viewers. If you go look at the NBA Finals, they don't compare. They struggle to get 10 million viewers. But I went and looked and said, all right, what does the Stanley Cup do? Because I know usually hockey trails behind in these rankings, but I found this to be jarring. 25 million people watched the Cowboys and the Bears this weekend. 2.5 million people is what they averaged in the Stanley Cup last year for this final of a few months ago, which was a rematch, and it was a Canadian market, so that's tougher in America, in the U.S., when it's not two U.S.-based teams. However, it's shocking to me that 10 times the people watched a regular season NFL game as watched the Stanley Cup Finals. Again,
with the
best games you have.
Would the ratings go up for hockey if it was the Blue Jackets?
Yes, because the Blue Jackets would be a story I think people could get behind. I don't know why, but I don't think in general with the NHL, no, people don't seem to gravitate to that the way that they do the NFL. Nothing really is like the NFL in that regard. But if you've ever wondered why, I watched the news and they talked about the Browns and the Bengals, but they didn't talk about this other sport. There's a reason why. That's it right there. I just told you. That's why they do that. Like it or lump it. I'd love to talk about more sports, but we're trying to also make sure we're talking about stuff you want to hear about.
I would like to know what the Ravens and Lions did if they beat that 25 million.
Ravens Lions on
Monday night.
I think I did see that number, and it was like 22 million.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That game was way better.
Oh, of course it was.
Way better than the Chiefs and Giants.
Yeah. I mean, but if you look at the four teams that you mentioned, the two matchups, Cowboys, Bears, Giants, Chiefs, are there any bigger brands in the NFL than those? Like, you could argue that
San Francisco.
They're very, but those four are very historic franchises with huge fan bases. So it's not surprising, but to compare it, like college,
I mean, like the Packers are pretty iconic.
Right, like I'm saying that like these aren't the top four, but you could argue that they're four of the top 10 brands in the NFL.
The issue is, I think there's probably about 15 to 20 teams in the NFL that you could say, well, that's a big brand. They have a huge fan base. Like there are probably fewer fan bases in the NFL where you would say, they're not a big fan. Like Jacksonville, not an iconic brand, not a long history. Right. But like, I'm just saying, but if Jacksonville if they had started off the season like 8-0, and like if they had everything going for them, they would be a big draw because people watch the NFL. The point is that infrastructure they have built for the NFL is unlike anything I've seen in television, let alone sports, just like entertainment in general. That you're on par with like the Avengers and stuff like that when it comes to brands that when the Avengers put something out, people go watch it, right? Star Wars put something out, people go watch it. That's the NFL now. It's more like those brands, less like a sports brand, because it doesn't matter if the games are even good. People are going to go check them out. They're going to go watch.
Well, like here we like college football, right?
Yeah.
Last week, the biggest game, Miami and Florida, 6 million.
Right.
That's Ohio State, Texas, hyped up as the biggest regular season matchup, 16 million.
Oh, yeah. And again, those are 16 million for a college football game is
right,
tremendous.
but it doesn't compare to the NFL.
That's why there's nothing that compares from a television standpoint. The Academy Awards don't draw this number, right? Like we talk about it every year when they do the top 100 TV broadcasts of the year. It's all NFL games, maybe like a dozen college football games, and then the Academy Awards, or if like a president is speaking on all three networks because there was a tragedy or a crisis or a State of the Union. That's pretty much the only broadcasts that are not NFL games. And that's, yeah, but it's no other pro sports. It's nothing on regular television. And I know there's other ways people watch now. They watch Netflix, you watch Hulu, you watch Paramount Plus, whatever.
Netflix number. Wasn't it a game on Netflix?
Christmas Day.
Yeah. And they've done NFL games, and they've certainly cracked they've been in the teens, I want to say. I know that I feel like Amazon's numbers have been like peaking up too. Again, they're inching towards 20 million on their Thursday Night Football broadcast.
I think Netflix on Christmas Day is going to turn into the equivalent of like Thanksgiving NFL. Like that's how much interest it's going to have, especially, if they keep getting halftime acts like love or hate Beyonce. She has a huge following, and I'm sure she brought at least a couple million viewers to that Netflix broadcast. So I feel like Netflix Christmas Day, that's going to become a big deal if they start doing it annually, which why wouldn't they?
Yeah, you're right. And I feel like, by the way, like some people lean on this too much in media where they're like, oh, it's NFL. Everybody will love it. And it's like, well, what NFL is it? Right? Is it two teams that are 0-4? I don't know that we care about that as much. Like I just said with the Jags, like the Jags and Titans play right now, does that have the same juice to it as some of these other games? No, but by and large, you can probably take any number of 20 NFL teams and put them in a hopper, pull out two names, and get a rating or like get over 20 million people to watch those games.
I feel like this year's Christmas games ain't that good.
What do you have? I forget who they are.
Dallas versus Washington.
Rivalry game.
Detroit versus Minnesota.
Rivalry game.
Denver versus Kansas City.
Yeah, these are all division matchups that those fan bases hate each other. I don't know that the games themselves will be great.
Win, the Lions is going to win. Now, that Kansas City Denver, that's a good one.
You just want to go ahead and put that parlay together right now?
Yeah.
Go bet it now. Why not?
That's easy money.
You're going to get Tyvis fired.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot.
And he said he was going to do it, so there was admission of guilt.
It's easy money.
No, that wasn't admission of guilt. That was admission that he'd like to do it. That's all. That's different.
You said
I'd put it together. I'm not playing it.
There you go. That's right.
As long as I don't put no money down, I'm good.
The list, top 5 fall things coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday to you. We are still noticing one crash on the wet roads right now, and it's happening way out on our east side over by Buckeye Lake and just south of Jacksontown. It is happening on 70 in that westbound direction, just past State Route 13 where a left lane is blocked. Thankfully, we're not seeing any major delays with this crash this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
At Giant Eagle, we're focused on quality, freshness, and all your favorites. Because meals bring us together. Because recipes keep traditions alive. Because the right ingredients make it or break it. Because being part of the neighborhood matters. Because what we pick up at the store is what we bring into our lives. At Giant Eagle, we're always going for better to bring you the best. Because it matters.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
The waterworks techs have heard it all. Screeching furnaces, dripping pipes, strangled garbage disposals, overflowing toilets. Did a spooky surprise catch you off guard? Who are you going to call?
No, not them. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222. We provide better care, better value, better results, and we'll take on any drain or heating and cooling nightmare to come your way. Happy Hallow Waterworks.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, lease 2 Elantras for $222. That's right, lease 2 new 2025 Elantra SEs for just $222 a month for a 2-year lease. Both your new Elantras come with owner assurance and America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. In Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.99 down per unit plus taxes fees. First month payment, 10K miles per year, ends 9/30.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Wake up and laugh with the Bob and Tom Show on the Fan 2.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
It says here they've won 5 Marconi Awards. I can't even spell Marconi. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Bob and Tom Show. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. Some downpours could be heavy at times, so don't forget the umbrella at home. Wake up temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And then for this afternoon, chances of rain becoming more isolated here and there. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 70s. For tonight, cooler overnight with our lows down into the 50s with skies turning partly cloudy. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Listen, guys, we've all been there. We've done that. Maybe you've had these issues where you're just not feeling like yourself. And maybe that's just because, I don't know, maybe you're just having a bad day. Or maybe it's been a lot of bad days. You start to feel like you're run down. You don't have the energy that you used to have. As we get older, we lose testosterone. My friends at Columbus Men's Clinic can help you find that testosterone, bring it back, and help you just get back to the way you used to be. Get back in the gym, doing the stuff you want to do, be more active, or just overall feeling better. if you're starting to feel like that tired, sluggish thing that you think maybe is just due to aging, it doesn't have to be that way. Go see my friends at Columbus Men's Clinic. You can call them up today, 614-300-7400, or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Get a consultation with a medical professional. Plus, they'll do your blood work. All of that for $99. They'll get the information back. They'll find out what you need. If it's testosterone, they'll help you out with that. Maybe you've had issues with ED. They can help you with erectile dysfunction as well. For me, I'm doing the semaglutide shots to help lose some weight because, it's been a struggle for me throughout my life. I've been trying to do that. They've got the treatments for guys that you need. Depending on what it is, they can help you find a plan that's right for you and your budget. 614-300-7400 or columbusmensclinic.com. Don't wait. Do it today. It's time to figure out what the best things are in life.
The best, the worst, and sometimes even the dumbest. It's all here on the list.
All right, sometimes it is the worst things in life, to be fair, but today it's the best. Best 5 things about fall. I'll give you my 5, and then Tyvis, give me your 5. Dylan, give me your 5 after that, all right? I'm going to start off with my number 5, sweatshirts. That's a great thing about fall. I'm wearing one right now. Love a sweatshirt. Much more of a crew neck guy than a hoodie guy. I've outgrown the hoodie phase. I love a crew neck, and that's what I'm rocking this summer, or this fall, rather. Summer's too high. You can't do it. Got to go with those sweatshirts at 5. Number 4, chili. You're not eating chili in the summer. You got to wait till it gets cooler.
That's true.
I'm eating chili in the fall, baby. Started making some whenever it gets cooler. That's what we like to do. Number 3, the leaves. Leaves are changing. They're crunching under your feet.
You like that?
I like that. I don't like it when they're wet and soggy and
You
all
like
that. That's
the
not
ones
good.
that crumble.
No, I like the crackly ones. My number 2 best thing about fall, pumpkin delights. You ever had these?
No.
They're little Debbies. They're like they're little cookies with the they say it's pumpkin filling. It's just like orange filling. It doesn't even taste like pumpkin. That's number 2. But the number 1 thing I love about fall, of course, is college football. College football is my favorite. It's the best in the fall. Get the leaves changed and you go on campus. Yeah. I mean, I love the Buckeyes, obviously, but all the pageantry of college football. That's my number 1 thing about fall.
I thought you was going to say the pumpkin Reese's.
You know what? But they can get the shape Reese's any time of year.
They say it's a difference between a regular Reese's and a pumpkin Reese's.
No, there's not. I mean, taste-wise, the only thing that's different is the chocolate to peanut butter ratio. But you get but it's better. I think it's better when it's that way. But I think the trees are very good. The egg is the best for me with Easter. That's the one that when they do the eggs, that's my favorite one. But all right, that's my list. Tyvis, what's yours? Your top 5 best things about fall.
I looked at it. I want you to know that I only have one thing food related, and it's my number 5: caramel apples. I love a good caramel apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that is a fall thing.
Oh, it definitely.
But you can get it. Couldn't you get those at like a fair?
No, I'm not going to the fair.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can. But
okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. All right.
You can get them anywhere, any grocery store, anywhere in the fall. So that's 1.
All right. That's
number
fair
4
point.
for me. Hot chocolate.
That's kind of food related. It's a drink.
It's a drink.
Okay, but I'm just saying. That's fine. You're still putting it in your mouth.
Don't try to. Wow. No.
No. You're drinking hot chocolate. It goes in your mouth, buddy. I'm just telling you. Maybe you're taking it some other way.
You're consuming. Yes.
Just point out. Just like food, it does enter that face hole you have. That's all I'm saying. So it's taste related at the very least, but fine. All right. So you have hot chocolate number 4.
Number 3, Halloween.
Oh, yeah, I should have had Halloween on
Yeah,
there.
you got kids that go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, Halloween is great.
Steal their candy out their buckets.
I'm going to blame my parents for that, though, because we weren't allowed to go doing Halloween trick-or-treating stuff.
Really?
That was the devil's holiday.
Yes.
We were not doing that.
Same.
So I didn't grow up with trick-or-treating.
So you're not taking your daughter trick-or-treat?
I'll take her trick-or-treating, but I'm saying when my parents became born again, as they call it,
yeah,
Halloween was thrown right out the window.
I grew up in the satanic panic where it wasn't just like, no, that's what they call it. There was legitimately this thing where like in the news, they were like, don't let your kids go out trick-or-treating because there's like roaming Satanists that are going to grab them and murder them and like do a ritualistic sacrifice with them. They're going to put all this poison in the candy and kill your kids. Like it was a big scare tactic. My parents bought in 100%. But now I love Halloween. That's like one of my favorite holidays because the kids love it. And my parents have come around too. They realize now that was all not true. So they're good.
Number two for me in the fall, my anniversary, my wedding anniversary is in the fall. So I have that to look forward to. number one is football. Yes, and I did it in that order on purpose.
What do you mean? Anniversary comes second.
Yeah. Football.
Shot across the bow to Lauren. Just like, hey, just remember, football's number
listening.
one. Yeah, I know it. That's why he said that, because there's no way he's doing that if she was.
Football, number one. I say that football changed my life. It saved my life.
There you go.
And I would have never met Lauren had it not been for football. So football has to be one.
Wow. See, there you go. That's great. Dylan, I know you hate fall, but what's your top 5?
All right, number 1 for me, NFL football. Number 2, college football.
Okay.
Number 3, high school football. Number 4, middle school football.
No.
And number 5, Pop Warner football. For me, there is nothing great about the fall besides football. Everyone wants to sell us on the changing of the colors and the leaves.
Yeah.
That lasts for about 10 days. Then it's just gray and gross and depressing. Then you get seasonal depression. It gets colder outside, so no one wants to do anything outside. You have like your kids' soccer games where you're just getting hit by the wind on a Saturday or a Sunday morning.
What's wrong with chili?
The food in the summer is just better. I'd rather go to a barbecue than have a chili sit for a few hours.
You know what?
And then there's just, to me...
Do you like apple cider?
No. There's
like
nothing
hot
superior
chocolate?
about the fall. The only thing that's worse than the fall is what follows it, the winter.
You need to cut
That's
that
it.
out.
That's it.
You cut that out. I
The
told
fall
you.
is terrible, and so is the winter time. I don't know why people enjoy fall at all.
Dylan, I got to say, you've done something for me here today, because I, too, really don't enjoy the fall, but I'm trying, as a human who's trying to grow. I talk with my therapist about this, where it's like, we got to make peace with the stuff we can't change. I can't change that the temperatures are going down. I can't change that it is going away, all the pretty colors and stuff. That's all going to fade. It's going to be gray and bleak for the next 6 months.
It's gray and bleak now. It's already here.
I know, but I was trying to make some peace with this, and what you've done is reminded me of a very good truth, which is, who gives a crap? Like, why try? So you know what? Take my list, throw it in the trash. I agree with Dylan. It's football and nothing else that I like about fall. I'll eat the pumpkin delights and I'll be miserable as I'm eating, but I like them. I do like chili, but I'm with you. I'd rather go to a barbecue. You've changed my mind. See, why try to be positive?
What about
bad idea, Tyvis?
So your pumpkin delights is no more.
There's other little Debbies that are great.
There's other little Debbies. Yeah. I'll go get a jelly roll any time of the year.
The little Debbies don't do no jelly roll?
Yeah, they do. Little strawberry shortcake.
That ain't no jelly roll. It's called a strawberry shortcake.
But it's in a roll form with jelly in it. Strawberry jelly.
Those are delicious.
They are. Whatever they're called, they're great.
I haven't had them.
Better than the musician jelly roll, who I still don't understand to this day.
Now that you're on a diet, you shouldn't have them like that.
No, I don't. I can't like them. I'm just saying.
Tyvis, we're the only ones that have eaten in the studio the past 2 weeks.
I might eat again today.
Well, I mean, I am drinking I got a Starbucks. I'm drinking that. Got little calories in that.
Trying to decide if I want to order something or go give me a protein bar.
Protein bar. That's the way to do it.
Order something, I'll send you money.
Yeah, we've come to the conclusion here. Fall sucks, basically, except for football. And I agree with you on that. I'm 100% with you. I don't know why I try to turn this frown upside down. Now, in the next few minutes, we are going to talk to meteorologist Meredith Carfallo. Usually, she comes in on Football Fridays to do the Football Friday forecast. However, she's off tomorrow. So we're going to have her in coming up next. We will talk about some of the fall-ish weather we've been experiencing. Maybe she's got some ideas on why fall is actually good.
Oh, she's way more positive than the two of us. She'll be with Tyvis.
I just want to know why she not going to be here tomorrow. What's that about?
Well, you're going to grill her on her PTO?
She's allowed to take it off for whatever she needs to.
No,
take time off.
It needs to be for legitimate reason.
You're nosy.
There's no. It doesn't matter. I'm taking PTO here soon. I'm going to take a day off for a reason, and I'm not going to tell you why.
I already know why.
Why? Why am I taking PTO?
Because you feel that you need to go do some stuff at night that you don't need to do.
Oh, man.
Why did you say it like that? What am I doing, Tyvis? That doesn't sound appropriate at all.
Having sex?
Take time off for that.
An all-night marathon? Jeez.
I'm going to a concert, is what he should have said. I'm not doing that. Now, who is playing this concert?
Riley Reid.
No, she's not. She's not involved at all. I'm going to see a band that I like, and it will be till like after midnight that they play, so that I'm not coming in here at 6 a.m. the next day. That's legitimate.
A true person would have came in here and still went to work.
And been to sleep during the show? No way.
No, you pull all-nighter. Dylan does it.
Tyvis, you've been to one concert in your life. What do you know about it? You don't have
First
you
of all, it's been two.
Which ones?
Big Sean, Lil Wayne.
I didn't know you saw Big Sean.
It was an icebreaker at Ohio State.
He only goes to concerts with people who have size descriptions in their name. Big Sean, Lil Wayne. Is there like a medium Kev out there that we could go see? That'd be good. All right. Meredith Garfalo joins us next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
No crashes in the metro this morning, but we are noticing more slowdowns as more people head out the door for folks in New Albany, especially for folks in Canal Winchester. Really noticing those smaller and slower roads for folks even just south of Bexley from that 70 and 33 intersection. Pretty slow moving out there. And lastly, for folks in Grove City, if you're stepping out the door, maybe taking 71 northbound, it gets a little bit slower over by Greenlawn Avenue, looking at 32 miles per hour. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
Jeremy Foltz, CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC. An equal housing lender.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Dormar, your planet hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the tin man.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Lots coming up. 1 hour from now, we'll talk to Brett McMurphy, college football, everything. We'll discuss there with him from On 3. We'll talk to him about his AP poll voting, what goes into that decision-making, because there's a lot of talk about that with Washington not being ranked in the top 25.
Washington.
And maybe I'll even ask him if he wants to go to a laundromat with me to watch one of my crazy bands.
No, I'm going to ask him, does he believe in PTO?
What's wrong with PTO? There's nothing wrong with it. You're insane.
You're on salary. They pay you to do a job.
And then they pay you to take time off. It's called paid time off.
Rest when you did.
Brett McMurphy is a college football guy. He doesn't probably take any time off because he has a whole off season that he's probably not doing that much stuff.
Yeah,
that's
I
fair.
would tend to think that.
That's fair.
Yeah, but that's part of how this goes.
Can
right?
I ask him, do he watch every game?
You can ask him whatever he wants.
Yeah,
1 hour
doesn't,
from now.
He doesn't watch Washington because he didn't vote for them to be in the top 25.
That seems to be very much the case. All right, we've got a special guest in the studio.
When it comes to football and the weather, she knows everything. Welcome to the Football Friday Forecast with 10 TV meteorologist Meredith Garfalo.
Surprise!
It's a little early today. It's Thursday, but you're not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm mad at you.
Why?
You taking time off?
No, I worked this weekend, so I'm getting a day off for working on a Sunday.
Oh, this is the 7-day thing.
Sadly, Meredith, this also won't work with him because he's a man who doesn't take it. He's working Saturdays, Sundays.
I work like 10.
He's
I work
inventing
10,
an
11
eighth day of the week to work on. He'll work,
every day.
In all fairness, I'm going to be working. I'm moving into my new condo this weekend, so that's going to be 4 days of fabulous fun.
Oh, there you go.
I just moved like a couple months ago. It was
you know what I'm saying.
the worst day of my life.
Moving is, terrible. Well, if you need any help, let us know.
Oh, for sure.
I know Tyvis will be over in a minute. He can help out. He's
I
great.
thought he's going to be in Minnesota.
I am going to be in Minnesota.
We'll get him back. The
Private jet, please.
Yeah, he gets the PJ. That's right. So we've got, quite a few games going on this weekend, but the one that I know a lot of Buckeye fans are caring about is out in Washington, where that one's not as easy to, I would guess that's like, for a lot of us Buckeye fans, I have no idea what the weather's like in Washington this time of year. Seattle is right there near water, so I don't know what that does for them. What are we seeing out there so far?
It's you think of Seattle, you think of the raininess, the cloudiness, and that's exactly what we're looking at for Saturday. It's going to be mostly cloudy. We'll probably have some patchy showers here and there, but overall, probably temperatures in the 60s during the game, which isn't too bad. So it's going to kind of feel more like fall than it would be playing here this weekend.
Okay.
What do you think of your Brownies? Obviously, they're going up to Detroit. The weather won't be an impact because it's a dome that they in, which a couple years away from that.
That's true, but tailgating will be fun. I mean, you've got sunshine, you've got temperatures in the low 80s in the afternoon, so upper 70s. So, it'll be fun. You don't have to worry about traffic problems because of rain and storms. So, I'm hoping it's a good game, especially after that rush we had with the kick last weekend.
So you picking them to win?
I always pick them to win. I'm on the bandwagon.
I'm picking them to lose.
You see our guy, Andre Schmidt. He was the special teams player of the week for the AFC. So that was
for him. What a good comeback story.
Yeah.
That was a great story.
Yeah.
I mean, just the energy and seeing his face and, that moment, no one can take that away from him. Even if the Browns season is rough, he will always have that moment. So I'm happy for him.
Well, kickers is week to week,
That's true.
He go out there, he missed this week. It's back to signs outside saying get rid of him. So.
Yeah, exactly right. And then for the Bengals, they're playing Monday night in Denver, Mile High City. That's, again, I don't know what the weather's like in Denver. I'm sure you looked at that, but
I gotcha.
In general, right, that's it's kind of that combo where they still get pretty hot in the summer. And then I can't imagine the temperature swings going from 90s and hundreds out there, almost like a desert, to then in the wintertime, it's like, oh, yeah, you need snow change. You need, it's like your
I lived there for
feet of snow.
4.5 years, so I can tell you it is crazy in the mind. You'll have one day it'll be snowing and the next day you get a wind coming sinking down the mountains and the temperature goes up to 80. It's insane. Nothing crazy like that though for the game on Monday, thankfully. It's going to be pretty sunny, maybe some stray showers, nothing too crazy in 70s. So kind of our weather here. It's going to be warm but not ridiculously hot, thankfully.
What do you think of the fall? Because T-Bone was all for it about 10 minutes ago, and then Dylan spoke on it and completely changed his mind and outlook on the fall. So where are you at?
Here's the thing, just to clarify.
Okay.
I usually am not a huge fan of the fall because the temperatures are getting colder and all that, but I tried today to give my top 5 good things about the fall, trying to turn myself a little positive on it. And then Dylan absolutely brought me right back to where I live, which is no, fall sucks and I hate it. And
what?
I really don't enjoy it. Yeah.
Gray disgustingness all the time.
Are you serious, Dylan?
Yeah. Dead serious. I almost cursed.
I'm just, I know, I almost did too. I'm like, hold on, calm down.
All right, so where are you on the fall? How do you feel about it?
I always feel like, okay, I'm going to sound like such a woman right now, and that's fine. I feel like fall is magical. I don't know, there's something about the leaves changing and just the feeling in the air, and it's a season of change that it's like coming off of something so high and so rushed like summer. And it just gives us a moment to breathe. And we have the cooler mornings that just, you can sit outside with a sweater and a cup of coffee. And then in the afternoons, the sun comes out and it's warm. So you could wear your shorts still and a little long sleeve shirt and have bonfires at night. I love fall. I just always feel it's pretty.
I'm a winter guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Why? You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because in the winter, nobody wants to do anything. So if me being the guy that I am, this is my chance to get ahead. I'll do anything because everybody else is lazy, don't want to leave the house. Okay. This is the time for me to get ahead of people in life. So
lazy
the winter time.
Lazy and don't want to leave the house is just me 12 months.
I was just going to say, yes, that's me most of the year too.
When it's cold out, I don't want to do nothing.
But that's when comfort food comes in, right?
No,
he doesn't
See,
Nah.
he can't do comfort food. He's gonna...
See, people use the winter to bulk up. No, it's slim. Slim down.
Slim Shady over here.
That's right. The real Slim Shady. Yeah. Please stand up, Marshall Mathers. Yeah, I tried to be positive about it, but I've still come back to even the leaves. Dylan made a great point. I like the leaves crunching. I like it when they change colors, but then I'm allergic to leaf mold. So then I get that and my allergies go crazy. So even the leaves I can't enjoy.
Anytime you doing wrong when you say Dylan is right. When you start this sentence with Dylan is right, you are probably wrong.
I'm with him now. So yeah, what I have to ask you though, switching back to sports for a second, Cleveland, the Guardians, this run.
Oh my gosh.
Leading the division now, a game up with 4 to play, a very good chance at the playoffs and winning this division, which no one thought would happen.
Well, I think when you hear what Voigt says, you can't just be super excited and say, oh, it's another win. You need to keep serious and get yourselves in the playoffs and get yourself into position. This is exciting and it's great for fans. But I think the real work has to continue and you can't stop that. Because once you stop this flow, once you stop what's going on and happening right now, that's when there's room for error. That's where there's room for those little weaknesses to be picked up by the other team. So I think they just got to keep going all the way to get into the World Series.
Yeah, no. I know you have to go to bed early to get up early because of the schedule, but you said you have the day off tomorrow.
Yes.
So tonight, this game is huge. Are you going to get to enjoy maybe a little Guards baseball without worrying about hitting the early bedtime? Are you going to get to actually enjoy this?
I think I will. And the weather, it could be a little rainy later today, some on and off showers. Not like yesterday, but I mean, it's good weather to be in and just relax. And if not, then I'll do what I normally do and go on Instagram and totally enjoy reliving all the moments the next morning.
Right, I was going to say, that's probably how you have to do it most of the time, right?
Most of the time, for sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, thanks for coming in today. Thanks for all the forecasts.
Guys.
Appreciate it. And
enjoy.
Hopefully you enjoy your fall, unlike Dylan and I, who will just be miserable and wishing it was warm again.
Do you have movers?
I do have movers. Don't worry.
Whew.
Please. Yeah. No, I have moved 3 times in the last 4 years, so this is not going to be my back cracking for that.
Oh, that's good.
I'll be sitting there with a glass of wine and watching them come in.
Just point. Take that over there. Put that over there.
Perfect.
Left, right, left.
That's the way it should be. All right, one former player who's returning to his old stomping grounds had no issue getting tickets for the game coming up this weekend. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we had a crash that just cleared up for folks over on the west side and really south of Upper Arlington. It was happening on 70, that eastbound direction just past Wilson Road, and already busy area where a left shoulder was blocked again. That just cleared up not too long ago. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Matty Ice here. Football is back, and it also marks the kickoff to huge savings at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, you can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP for qualified buyers. Just imagine riding up to your tailgate party in a brand new Silverado from McDaniel. And McDaniel GM Superstore has been family owned and operated for over 100 years. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the biggest reasons people get new windows, Wilson, is that old windows make for an uncomfortable house with crazy high roller coaster energy bills.
Leslie, people love being uncomfortable on roller coasters. The ups, the downs, the gurgling in your stomach because you had 5 corn dogs before getting on.
Did that happen to you, Wilson?
What? No.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
My name is Katie. I'm a Spectrum customer for mobile and internet. And I grew up on a farm and ranch in Nebraska, so I'm always cowgirling. Cowboy culture You never want to pay more than you have to because there are so many expenses that go into farming and ranching. To have any efficiency on the farm, you need extreme connection and reception. I bet we save about $180 a month with Spectrum, and that's $2,100 for the whole year.
Real customers, real savings. Visit spectrum.com/save. Real customer testimonial, compensated, not scripted.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. It's time to ditch the traffic jams and the rat race and take in that crisp morning air, the crackle of a warm campfire. With RCD RV's Fall Into Adventure sale, you can. September 15th through the 30th, you can cozy up to incredible deals. Sale pricing on all remaining new 2025 models. And RCD has travel trailers starting under $12,995, as well as pre-owned motorhomes priced under $39,995. Visit one of our 3 locations, Delaware, Heath, Pataskala. Shop online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good. Now at Great Lakes Hyundai, save on new 2025 Sonatas with 0% financing for 60 months. 0% while supplies last. Columbus or Dublin or glexhyundai.com.
Get Eco.
ECO. We come through for you when you need us to. Our scuba diving plumbers can do anything. Increase your water pressure. Give you unlimited hot water. Fix your drips and leaks. Soften your water so it doesn't leave spots. Install a whole house filter. Replace your shower heads and faucets so your house looks brand new. And provide you with winning lottery numbers.
Get Eco.
ECO. They cannot provide you with winning lottery numbers. I can. Tell us. 3, 21, 24, 34, 46. That's $103 million. Those numbers will be this week's winners? No, those were the winning numbers a month ago.
Get Eco.
ECO. But EcoFi Advantage is a guaranteed winner. For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems: plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO. Scuba diving plumbers, genius electricians, and incredibly handsome HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Your new Columbus home for the Jim Rome Show is The Fan 2.
Catch the live experience weekdays from 3 to 6.
Just one requirement. Have a take and don't suck. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Jim Rome Show.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Coming up at 8:30, Brad McMurphy will join us from On 3. We'll talk college football with him. The latest news there seems to be that the college football playoff will not end up expanding this year.
Good.
No, it's going to stay at 12, it sounds like, for the immediate future. For teams like Ohio State, that should never matter because you're Ohio State. Shouldn't need it. You should be fine without. If it's 4 teams, you should be fine. But with 12, always going to be fine with that. If they go to 16, or the rumor is, Tyvis, because we heard about the Big Ten floating the 24, 28 team playoff. The rumor is they had these meetings yesterday, and that's where the Big Ten still lives. They are socializing, was the term I saw. Socializing the 20-plus team playoff model.
It need to be 8 teams, and nobody will tell me different.
They need, 8 is the perfect number if you're going to do a playoff at all, which I'm with you on that. All right, so we saw this that, Micah Parsons may have got traded right before the season started. Mm-hmm. Cowboys traded him to the Packers, kind of a big deal.
He was laying. All he had to do was lay on the table and go to sleep over the game or something like that.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Eating nachos and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Well, Micah Parsons is returning to Dallas this week. The Packers playing the Cowboys, and that will be, a little bit of a homecoming for him.
Is there any way you could bet on like sacks in the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course you can.
You can't.
No, you can't. But people can. Yeah.
Tyvis has been having a lot of gambling questions this morning. I don't know.
I'm not. Obviously, I wouldn't know because I don't know because I don't do it.
Sure thing, Bernie. Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
I would absolutely.
Weekend at Bernie's over here.
I would absolutely take him for a sack, maybe 2 in this game.
Oh, I'm going to bet that people will be betting that. How about that? There are going to be a lot of people taking him on that. I'm sure he's got some extra motivation here. However, apparently he also will have a lot of fans there because obviously a lot of Cowboys fans will be rooting for him, but there will be just a lot of people in general that he knows that will be at the game because, he lived there. A lot of family and friends were there. A lot of family and friends were planning on attending his games in his luxury suite because as a Cowboys player,
he gets a suite.
Well, he purchased one. I don't think he got one. He purchased one. Maybe he gets a discount for it.
Okay.
In any case,
he didn't get a refund before he got traded.
No. They said he had said, yeah, the suite will be full because I have it and I already paid for it. So I'm out that money, I guess.
You know what? One thing about Jerry, he about his money. He ain't giving the money back.
Yes, but it's a little weird when if that's true that he actually, from what I understand, he paid for it, didn't get a refund on it despite getting traded, which I don't know. You would think the Cowboys would have no problem selling the suites. So why not sell it to like a potential customer? Because next year they'll have to find someone to fill it. So why not just get ahead of that now if he doesn't want the suite? In either case, it is weird if that is truly the thing. When Micah Parsons is a millionaire, he can afford it. But Jerry Jones is a billionaire who could definitely afford to say, hey, we'll give you a refund on this. So
why would he do that? It's his last chance to stick it to him.
I guess so. It's all petty.
You want to be
personal.
laying down on the bench and going to sleep during the game. Take this. We're gonna trade you, and
he just rested for a
and
brief
I'm taking
moment.
your money from you. No, there's no refund policy.
I did God's work real fast for Tyvis and the people and looked up some gambling numbers. Parsons to get a sack on FanDuel minus 144. Green Bay's a 6.5 point favorite, and the total is 47.5 for Sunday Night Football.
They really got that on there.
Yeah.
A sack.
Yeah.
Does it like say get a sack and don't get a sack?
Yeah,
No.
it's just Micah Parsons to get a sack.
What is it if he does? What is it not to get?
I don't see it.
They usually don't offer like the not because then people would just bet all those and probably, you know what I mean, more times than not win. Usually things like that, it's just, do you think he'll get one? And if so, here are the odds on that.
The correct terminology or specific is player to record a sack, and then you bet Micah Parsons, and it's his odds is 144.
I see. There you go. That's also like they have anytime touchdown scores, and it's the same kind of thing where it's not like you can bet no, he won't score a touchdown because the chances are that most of these guys will score a touchdown.
In baseball, it was like you could do that with hits. No, this guy won't get a hit.
That's a little different, I guess, right? Because the average is if you're hitting like 250 and you have 4 at bats, chances are you'd get a hit in a game, but it's a little different than scoring a touchdown. The averages are not the same there. But yeah, so that's Micah Parsons going back. I also saw that people were mad or bringing up the fact they asked the Cowboys if they were going to do a tribute video, and apparently there's no plans to do a tribute video. And then they asked Micah Parsons, and he said, why would I think they were going to do that? They just traded me away. Which is also accurate. Like I would.
Well,
I don't.
Does he want? I don't. That doesn't
he said
matter.
He didn't want one and doesn't care.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I mean, very similar situation. Didn't Luka get one? I'm pretty sure they made a big deal about Luka.
Luka took him to the finals.
Yeah, but I mean, they're same caliber player. Micah actually.
No, they went to the play. They went to the Super Bowl. Yeah,
But isn't it a little different with football where it's like you can be the best player in the game? Myles Garrett could be the best defensive end we've possibly ever seen.
If Myles ever left Cleveland, he would get a tribute video because it's
exactly.
But he didn't get them. They've been to the playoffs when he's been there, but not necessarily because of him. He's been great throughout. Joe Thomas never left, but if he had
Parsons to get a video from them when he's done playing.
Okay. Listen, I'm not in favor of tribute videos, just to be clear. I think they're stupid. Like when a guy comes back that you traded away or that left your team in free agency, whatever the case, I've never understood that. I know the Jackets love to do it.
Oh my gosh, I was going to bring it up. Any player, any Jag.
Dude, when they did Sonny Milano tribute video, that was where I lost my mind. I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, the guy is playing against us today. I don't need that. There are rare exceptions where I would say, like,
Rick Nash.
Yeah, Rick Nash.
When he came back. That made sense.
Who got his number retired when he was done. If you did one for Goalie Bob, he won a Vezina trophy for you and was your best player for a large stretch of the time he was here. And he's also going to get his number in the rafters. Fine.
What if?
But not guys who just like, oh, yeah, he played here for a cup of coffee. But even then, I don't need it if I'm playing that team. In that game, I'm rooting against Rick Nash when he was playing for the Rangers.
Let me ask you this. Let's get weird. College, transfer portal. Should they have played one for Joe Burrow if he came back?
Oh, could you imagine? I know they're not on the
Jameson
schedule.
Williams, should they have played a trip?
What type of video would, and maybe we don't need to answer this question, would Tennessee put if UCLA was on the schedule and they had Nico Iamaleava coming back
Show
in?
him getting his helmet cracked by the Buckeyes.
It would be all of his picks every time he got sacked. It would be all the quotes of him saying how much he was glad to be at UCLA.
I wish Kyle McCord would have went to Rutgers like it was rumored. Imagine if he would have came back.
Get a tribute video.
Tribute video in college. That is crazy work.
That would be awesome.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
No, it shouldn't. We don't need tribute videos. That's a thing we always do, like over the summer. If you could pass any law, you became the commissioner of sports, what would you do? One thing that would be on my list, not the first thing, would be banning tribute videos at all. I don't need them. I don't care. Post them on your Instagram, post them on YouTube, post them somewhere else. When I'm at the game, I want blood. I'm watching the other team. I want to see them lose. I don't want to have warm feelings about the guy. I don't need that crap.
Warm feelings.
Yeah. I want to see, if I'm watching the Blue Jackets, I want to see that guy get his teeth caved in. I want to see you win by 6 goals. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, wasn't it nice when he was here? No, I want to see my team win. No niceness whatsoever. That's what I want.
I respect it.
You should. That's how you are in pickup basketball, let alone when you played in actual sports.
I had a moment.
Well, at a lot of jobs, they do these things called performance reviews, Tyvis. Have you had one of those here yet?
What?
Performance review.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Guess what?
Fish should give me one.
You'll get one soon.
Yeah.
Well, they do them at a lot of jobs that people have, including, apparently, if you are the head coach of major college programs like Ohio State. What did Ryan Day and Jake Diebler's performance reviews say? We will tell you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Still watching 2 crashes way outside of the metro this morning. The first one happening basically just west of Sunbury and over in Delaware County. It's happening on 36, that eastbound direction at State Route 37 and right along 71. A right lane still blocked this morning. Also have a left lane blocked for folks over in Buckeye Lake. If you're heading towards the city, taking 70 westbound just past State Route 13, notice a crash out there just south of Jacksontown. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Voted Best Credit Union for the past 7 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom Tire buyer.
Exactly.
College. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo. And eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of The Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400.
Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at ColumbusMen'sClinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and it's tire time at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Now through October 31st, you can buy 3 tires and get 1 for $1. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to schedule your appointment today, or hurry in to Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161 in Dublin to get those cars ready for winter. And when you think tires, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could dump all your problems on someone else's back? Well, when you wake up to a clogged drain or a plumbing issue, make that Mr. Rooter's problem.
Call 855-MISTERS today or MrRooter.com.
Call Mr. Rooter, he'll be there quick.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be located in Ohio.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cleveland Guardians did it again last night, beating the Detroit Tigers by a final score of 5-1. Cleveland is now a game ahead of the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central standings. The Guardians will go for the sweep of the Tigers tonight at 6:40. The Cincinnati Reds entered last night's game with the Pittsburgh Pirates 1 game back at the final NL wildcard spot. However, they lost to the last place Pirates for a second game in a row. Luckily for the Redlegs, both the Mets and Diamondbacks lost last night, so they're still 1 game behind for the final wildcard spot. And finally, Thursday Night Football is on tonight. It's an NFC West divisional matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. We all love the word free, so does Awaken 180. Medication-free, side effect-free, and free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men with 5 combined offspring. None of them have penises. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971.
T-Bone scared me today.
What do you mean I scared you?
I'm scared.
What did I? Oh, because I was showing you Guar.
Yeah, that's. I'm down. I'm shocked Dylan was at this.
Well, I was just at Sonic Temple mainly to see 3-6 Mafia, and then people were like, "You need to see what these Guar guys do on their set," and I was like, "Okay."
Oh, they're yes. Okay, so for those who don't know, let me just briefly tell you, Guar, it stands for God, what an awful racket. That's literally that's the anagram or whatever they came up with for it. It's like, I don't even know how to describe this to you. It's a bunch of dudes. They've been doing this for 30 years. They dress up in these ridiculous costumes. They're all made of styrofoam or something. And they bring out celebrities in costumes of celebrities, effigies of different people. And then on stage, they're like a metal band. They slaughter them in hilarious ways on stage. Like it is grotesque, monster movie, not to be taken seriously. Think of like a bad horror film, the effects you would see in that. They literally shoot blood out of these people's bodies, and it goes all over the crowd. And people go to these concerts wearing white T-shirts to get covered in the fake blood. It is very grotesque and stupid, but it's similar to like, why would you go to a haunted house to get scared? Well, if you like that, that's your thing. That's what this is. It's meant to be tongue-in-cheek and funny. So over the weekend, they played a festival, and a lot of people had a problem with what they did on stage. And so they've been trolling people with this now. And I was telling Dylan about it because Dylan likes to troll people. I said, you should go read the Twitter mentions on this.
This is if I've seen this, I'd be scared. I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of those crowds that I say, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. It's
stupid.
This is wild.
This is more in T-Bone's lane, you know. We've been trying to get him up on the culture. This is his culture, Tyvis.
I want to be clear. I've never been to a Guar show.
Heads cut off on stage.
I want to be clear. I don't like fake blood. I've not been to a Guar show. I just know what it is. And I know that it's all meant in tongue-in-cheek. It's just goofing around. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but people are taking it very seriously now all of a sudden. So, yeah, you can't take metal bands seriously. There's a whole genre of metal.
I ain't comfortable. I wouldn't be comfortable at this.
There's a whole genre of metal, Tyvis, called death metal. And the whole point is the lyrics have to be about death. That's why it's called death metal. If you don't have lyrics about death, then it's just metal.
This is where people like me and my ethnicity would say they try to do some type of ritual or something.
There's no ritual. Well, maybe for some of them. I don't. There are a few bands. I guess I shouldn't say none of them. There's a few bands that it's like, they're not. It's not an act for them. Like they're not playing around. Some of these bands, you're right, but Guar is definitely not. They are an act. They are just having fun. It is not. It's like going to see Insane Clown Posse. Like they spray Faygo in the crowd. This is their version of Faygo.
They were also at Sonic Temple. I saw both of them.
Said, I went to
Did you see how was ICP? Were they good?
It was an experience.
Yeah, I would think so.
I went to go see 3-6 Mafia, and I ended up seeing people get blood sprayed on them.
I went to see 3-6 Mafia too. We saw them. We saw them on our way out. We stopped to watch them for like 20 minutes.
So you went to go see all the blood and stuff, and then finish with 3-6 Mafia.
I didn't go to Guar. I was actually there for Lincoln Park and a bunch of other Jimmy Eat World.
I would
a whole bunch of different bands there.
Been Lincoln Park and 3-6 Mafia would be the only thing that I was there to see.
Tyvis, next year you got to go with us. My Chemical Romance headlining Sonic Temple. Come on, I
don't even know who that is.
Oh my God,
am I supposed to know that?
Oh my God,
you know who that is, Dylan?
I do.
Yes,
I do.
That's all right. It's fine. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
They got some songs.
You're not going to know any of their songs.
You're not going to know any of their songs. No,
you never know.
I would be surprised if you've never heard of them. I would be surprised if you've heard any of their songs.
They ain't got like stuff that just play in like movies and stuff.
Yeah, they probably have.
Okay.
I can't name a movie that has one of their songs in it, but I'm sure they have. All right. We'll get you caught up on My Chemical Romance. Can I talk about the performance reviews for Ryan Day and Jake Diebler?
Yes, go for it.
Well, Ross Bjork did his performance reviews. They're public records, so you can see them. Ryan Day, you're going to be shocked to find in the year that he won the national championship, he exceeded expectations. That is an HR term, clearly exceeds, meets expectations, usually what people get. Sometimes it does not meet, whatever. Well, Ryan Day exceeded expectations. He had a bunch of glowing stuff to talk about in there, which I think is appropriate. When you win the national championship, you should get exceeds. Now, he didn't beat Michigan or win a Big Ten championship, but
why you got to bring that back up?
It's a performance review. It says, if you go read it, the objectives say win the Big Ten championship, win the rivalry game is what they put on there, and then all the other stuff. He did all the other stuff, so that's good. Exceeds expectations is right. I agree with that. Jake Diebler, meanwhile, with the OSU men's program, he received a meets expectations, not exceeds. And that's probably fair, right? I wouldn't say he exceeded anybody's expectations there. However, there was I saw some Buckeye fans get mad about that. Like, why did they say he meets expectations? They didn't make the tournament. I think the one that you put there is not meets expectations, and then you get fired. So I think if they're not going to fire him, they say he meets expectations. But there was a line in this review that I had a problem with. Ross Bjork said, "We all understand what Jake inherited with the previous regime and making sure we have the right resources to support him and get our program back. He didn't inherit that. He built that. He was a part of that previous group that was there. So let's just be clear about that. It's not like we brought him in from somewhere else. He was a part of the previous group. So other than that, though, yeah, that's fine.
No, I also saw people online getting very upset about saying that Jake Diebler met expectations. And I feel like me and you, T-Bone, are on the opposite ends when it comes to our realistic expectations of Ohio State basketball and what that means to each of us. But year one, to me, the expectations for Ohio State basketball is make the tournament. I'm sorry. That's all it is for me.
Absolutely.
It's make the tournament. But year one, transfer portal, he was trying to deal with that. And I think everyone can, hindsight's 20/20. Everyone can go back and say he did a terrible job with that. At the time, we thought Bradshaw and Michi Johnson and everyone he brought in were great gets for the program.
Well, I don't know that I would say we. You may have thought that.
I think the fan base as a whole thought they did good in the transfer portal last
year. The majority of them would say
the majority of the fan base also thought Jake Diebler was the right hire, and I was someone saying, let's pause on that, but that's fine. Remains to be seen.
I mean,
hopefully I'm wrong.
I personally didn't think that it was the right hire, but once they did it, it was like, all right, let's get behind him now.
Well, sure, yeah, I want him to be successful, but like last year when the transfer portal happened and everyone was like, we got Michi Johnson. And I'm like, cool. Like he was good at South Carolina, but if you looked at any of his underlying metrics and saw this guy takes 1 billion shots, no one knew what was going to happen last year. Okay. Him not being part of the team, obviously I don't put that on Jake Diebler. But the idea that people have is like, well, if we had Michi Johnson, we'd have been a tournament team. Maybe. Or maybe he would have been chucking up bad shots like he was doing at South Carolina and not been good for this team. I don't know. But the answer is, unfortunately, we didn't get to find out. But all the other transfer, guys that came in pretty much were terrible. And why? Bradshaw was a dude who played at Kentucky. And then when John Calipari took the job at Arkansas and said, I'll take you and you and you and you. Oh, not you. You can stay back. That was Bradshaw. And then that's who we got. So I'm just saying, like, when one of the best coaches in the sports history, corrupt as he is, said, nah, that guy can't help me win, that should have been a sign. But too many Buckeye fans are just infatuated with McDonald's All-American 5-star guy, weren't infatuated with freshman year at Kentucky where he did nothing.
At the end of the day, I look at it, this is how I look at it, is that one, anytime that there is a vacancy in coaching, you should do an open search. You should obviously think about the guy that's in-house, but you always go out and look at some outside candidate just to be sure. That's one. Two, once they made the hire, you think about all the transfer portal, everybody was on board with the fact that, hey, he got this guy from Duke, he got this guy from Kentucky, these guys were 5 stars, they should be good here. The problem is the stuff just didn't gel correctly. The people didn't want their roles that they had ironed out. They thought they was bigger than what they were, and we just didn't see it. The biggest issue came for me last year. What made last year the biggest failure is that when we got towards the end of the season, they were in the tournament, and they lost and got kicked out of the tournament. That was where the problem was. I can't remember what was it like.
The Northwestern loss was the biggest killer.
Like they were in it, and then they lost to get knocked out of it. That was where I had the problem of the entire season. And now that we're running it back and giving it another year, I expect him. I thought he was very strategic, and some of the people that he went and got out of the portal, I expect them to make the tournament this year. And, yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
I hope that this is the year where we see them back in the tournament, because that needs to happen. It's been too long for this program, and it shouldn't have been that way under Chris Holtmann. They should have, to be fair to Jake, like Diebler did not cause all of this. Holtmann was in charge, but Jake Diebler was at least a part of that. I don't think you can separate him from it. However, I also think, he is digging out of a hole that was put there in part because Gene Smith didn't have the guts to tell Chris Holtmann, sorry, you're not the guy. Instead, he gave him a ridiculous extension that never should have happened. That caused some issues that now we are still dealing with. So that's all fair. But, let's hope this year we can put it behind us and we go win some games and get to the actual NCAA tournament. That'd be great. We'll discuss the biggest questions of the weekend when it comes to college football. Pop quiz is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Thursday. Noticing a couple crashes in the metro this morning with these slippery roads, especially for folks over on the west side. Do note a crash on 70, that eastbound direction at Wilson Road and right past that 270 intersection. A right shoulder still blocked this morning, looking at 24 miles per hour for your travel times out here. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Everybody poops. Everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
Let's go! Fox Tonight takes you to hell and back.
Speed up! Yes, yes!
First, don't miss an all-new season of Hell's Kitchen. And for the first time ever, it's a battle of the states.
Cook with pride!
Then, Olympic gold medalist Shawn Johnson.
Ready?
Jump!
Actor Jussie Smollett. We got this. TV personality Teresa Giudice and more.
I can't breathe, I can't breathe.
Take on Special Forces' world's toughest test.
One of us has to stay calm.
Tonight, starting at 8 on Fox 28.
At the end of the day, the sun sets on Central Ohio, but stories are still unfolding. Every voice, every neighborhood, every question that still needs answers. Fox 28 News at 10 is there in the quiet moments and at the turning points, digging deeper, finding solutions, lifting up the communities that shape who we are. At the end of the day, you deserve a team that's on your side. Fox 28 News at 10, always on your side.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on Metal Supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Did you know that Byers Airport Subaru is the oldest Subaru retailer in the entire country? And we're conveniently located right by the airport. We take pride in treating every customer like family because that's what's kept us around for generations. Right now, drive home a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 1.9% for up to 72 months. Start your journey today at ColumbusSubaru.com. Byers Auto, driving the next generation of buyers. Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 9/30/25.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. The Fan has a new tailgate destination. Join us before every home game at the O Patio and Pub on Lane.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers. Jameson Whiskey didn't go to college. And Coors Light.
See you Saturday, friends. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. Some downpours could be heavy at times, so don't forget the umbrella at home. Wake up temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And then for this afternoon, chances of rain becoming more isolated here and there. Otherwise, skies will be mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 70s. For tonight, cooler overnight with our lows down into the 50s with skies turning partly cloudy. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
How many guys out there have a mediocre sex life? Is it just good? Or could it be really good, like great? Maybe the pills are just okay, but could they be better? Well, if this is you, go see my people at Tri-State Men's Health because they work when the pills and the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can have you last an hour or more. Whew. There are 6 locations located in Ohio, 2 of them in Columbus. One is in Hilliard, the other one is in Westerville. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is $99, which includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TMPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after the appointment. So call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Having sex.
I was just waiting for it. We're going to talk with our guy, Brett McMurphy, on 3, college football reporter, coming up at 8:30. Find out everything you need to know about what's going on with the college football playoffs in the future.
All right, class, take your seats. Welcome to your weekend pop quiz, featuring the biggest questions in college football.
Hey, Tyvis, studied up. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right. We got a few things on the docket. First and foremost, we will start with the Washington Huskies. Of course, the Buckeyes traveling out there. They already are leaving today to get out there a little bit early, try to get the body clock right.
Yeah, that's
be
big.
on that Pacific time.
That's big.
So here's a question. Can Washington's defense and crowd slow down Ohio State's offense? Because I don't feel like it's the other part of that we have to worry about. I think it's Ohio State's defense versus their offense would be a great matchup.
Yeah.
But the other side of the football isn't getting talked about enough.
I agree with you on that. I think that that's probably where the game is going to be won or lost. I think that their defense, I call them middle of the pack. But when you look at our offense, you know, if they find a way to eliminate the explosive plays, you know, where, you know, the 47 yards to Will Kazmarek, the 87 yards to Jeremiah Smith, they eliminate those and they are solid in run defense, they can make this game very, very interesting. Obviously, Bo Jackson, I wonder if he's going to be running back 1 this week or not. You know, that's another interesting question there. But if they find a way to limit that rushing attack, I think they can find a way to keep themselves in striking distance of this game.
Yeah. One of the best home records in college football. Georgia is first, and then it's Washington right after that as far as longest streaks of being undefeated at home in college football. Also, Ryan Day, pretty good after bye weeks. So those 2 stats go head-to-head this weekend. Of course, it's 3:30, all the coverage right here on The Fan. Ohio State currently is favored by just 7.5.
I think if you like betting and you bet on the Buckeyes for the sake of betting the Buckeyes, this is the best the number is going to get. It opened at 14.5. It's down to 7.5. I don't think they're going to go under that key number of 7. So if you want to bet the Buckeyes, I would suggest you do it now.
We will talk clearly more about this game tomorrow, but to your point, I think everybody's overcorrected on this. I don't think Ohio State is losing this game, but I also don't think it's going to be it'll be a good game. It'll be a close game. I think it'll be a 4-quarter game. I don't think they're within it. I don't think Washington's within a touchdown of the Buckeyes, though. I think it's probably more like a 13 to 16 point kind of line is where I would live. So I would be fine with that.
This game comes down to DeMond Williams Jr.
He's the X factor.
How
for me.
is he rattled?
Yeah. Yeah. What does he do against this defense? That's a very good question. Moving on. Can James Franklin win the big game? That's another question that we seem like every year. This is on the test, and every year he doesn't answer it. He is 4-20 in games against top 10 teams. And, of course, this weekend they host Oregon, number 6 in the country, 7:30 p.m. on NBC. Penn State 3.5-point favorites in this matchup. I'll tell you, if he can't get it done this year, then you have to question if he's ever going to get it done. Supposedly, he has a first-round pick at quarterback in Drew Aller. You and I are skeptical of that, but that's the report on him. You got
no. They say first pick.
Okay.
I sent you a thing yesterday.
I'm trying to be
the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, I saw that, and I don't.
You did an eye roll, didn't you?
Big eye roll on that. But they've got, two running backs, Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, who both have been very useful for them. That's one of the reasons why we don't see Drew Aller throw it as much as probably should. Defense.
So he's like a J.J. McCarthy.
A little bit,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're hiding
They got
behind.
this really great quarterback, but yet they run the ball.
Yeah, that's right. I'm excited to see who drafts Drew Aller next year, as long as they're not in Cleveland. But that's neither here nor there. There's a game to. Who knows? Maybe he changed the narrative. Drew Aller could do some things. He could answer some questions this weekend. But then there's also that whole thing about Oregon's offense going against Jim Knowles' defense, Beyonce's dad. Will he get the job done? That's the solid question that we all have. Can his defense live up to the hype against this very talented Oregon offense?
That will be interesting because they're explosive. And what I like about Dante Moore as a quarterback is he's like Dylan Gabriel in the fact that he doesn't hold the ball long. He gets the ball out of his hands. He's able to go through his progressions pretty quickly, and he makes the right play. He's hitting guys in stride, which is really nice to know. This is week 4. He did it for the first 3 games. Usually it takes a while to get that type of chemistry. Obviously, we still trying to work on that at Ohio State. So, yeah, Jim Knowles going to have to come with it on defense.
The way it's trending now, both the Sharps and the public are on Oregon. It's looking like the books are going to need Penn State to win. Just throwing that out there. Penn State has been in that position before that the books needed them to win, and they've let the books down. But I'm just saying the books may need Penn State to win to not take a bath this weekend.
I hope they put that up in the locker room. Like, guys, there's so much on the line, but also you don't want to let down these very rich people in Vegas. They might be very mad if you do that. Also, everything about this game lines up for James Franklin, right? So we talk about, can he win the big game? I mean, it's at home, it's at night. You've got everybody loaded on offense and defense. You went out and got the best defensive coordinator, allegedly, in college football. And then they have been favored, has Penn State, in every game they've played by at least 40 points. Did you know that?
I did not.
Every game they've played this year, which is 3, they have not played a game where they have been less than a 41.5-point favorite so far this
year?
Season. This year. Now they haven't.
Have they covered the spread?
No, they have not. They have not. They didn't against Nevada, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about the other two. But in either case, Oregon has not been in a particularly close game either. They won. The one against Northwestern was the closest they played, and they won by 3 touchdowns. So neither of these teams has played in a very close game very often this year. That's another question I have. Who responds in the moment when they need to? When it's a close game, you got to get that 3rd down or 4th down conversion. A lot of questions get answered, I think, in this Oregon-Penn State game, so that's definitely one to watch. Also going on at the same time as that one, can Kalen DeBoer stabilize his situation at Alabama? Bama's been largely quiet since they took that beat down at the hands of Florida State. They go to Georgia, number 5 Georgia, number 17 Alabama. That is on ABC at 7:30. Georgia is just a 3.5-point favorite in this game. Could fix a lot of problems in Alabama if Kalen DeBoer wins this game, right? I mean, suddenly then they're not out of things. They beat Georgia. The SEC would be wide open at that point.
Wide open for Vanderbilt.
That's right.
That's why I'm picking them to win the SEC this year. Vandy.
Okay, I like it. That's bold.
No, I think that'd
be hilarious if that happens.
I think that they seem like they have fixed a little bit of the stuff of the issues they had. When they lost to Florida State, I said their defense hadn't been tackling. It hasn't had that burning passion to get to the ball. Against UL Monroe, obviously they looked that way, and then against Wisconsin last week, I thought they did a really good job defensively, getting after Wisconsin. So maybe they must have heard my speech.
Maybe that very well could be the case.
Yeah, and again, from a gambling perspective, this game very similar to the Penn State-Oregon game, where you have everyone's going to be on Georgia, both public and sharp bettors. So.
Yeah,
we'll see if the books can save themselves with a Bama victory, or at least a Bama cover.
You like to go opposite that.
Yes, contrarian betting.
One more question to get to. Will people start paying attention to Jaden Maiava, USC quarterback? Did you know he has over 1,200 yards passing in 4 games?
What are you talking about? Well, that's been my pick on the tailgate show for the past like 2-3 weeks.
Tyvis, you're
I'm
an
already
expert.
knowing that.
I'm just telling you. We know that people don't watch the West Coast teams, clearly, with the way Washington's kind of getting snubbed.
Now, the only thing
he has 9 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
And like I said, 1,200 yards. And he ran for 2 scores against Michigan State. So, like, you can get it done always. He's good.
Well, let me put some context. Michigan State's secondary is one of the worst in the conference.
Fair.
So we want to put that out there. But Jaden Mahava is really good. I picked him. If this is week 4, I think I picked him 2 out of the 4 weeks as my quarterback 1, and he's come through every single time. It's just going to be interesting now that they're getting into conference play if he's able to continue to do that. You know, like I say, Michigan State, that was they're on their way being back to being relevant again with Aiden Childs, but they got to fix some things defensively, so we'll see with USC.
USC has not scored fewer than 33 points in a game so far this year, but they go to play Illinois, who I'm going to guess they want some redemption for last week, how bad they were. That is at Illinois. That is the big noon Fox game. USC favored on the road by 6.5 in that one. So something to keep an eye on. Maybe a body clock game for them too, right? Because they're playing, an early game, like a 9 a.m. West Coast time for them to start. Just something to keep an eye on.
There are a lot of trends when it comes to this new Big Ten, when it comes to teams crossing time zones. Not great for the visiting team.
Oh, I know. And Ohio State's dealing with that going the other way to Washington, right? Because isn't it like 16 of the 18 or something like that have lost, I think? The only 2 wins, I think, that have happened in the last couple of years with this new schedule has been at UCLA, which that's a little bit different opponent than what you're getting this week in Washington. Yeah, for sure. All right, Brett McMurphy, college football reporter for On3. He will join us in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We are still closely monitoring a crash for folks downtown. It's at 670 westbound direction at Neal Avenue and over by Goodale Park this morning. A right shoulder blocked this morning. We also have one way out on our north side over by Delaware County and just west of Sunbury happening on 36, that eastbound direction at State Route 37 and right along 71, a right lane blocked this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register at roosterswings.com.
For years, you've been hearing us talk about the Newman Roofing difference, delivering nothing short of an excellent customer experience each and every single time, from the first phone call to the end of your project. But don't take our word for it. Take a listen to our friend John and his Newman Roofing experience.
Well, the first thing that drew me to Newman Roofing is the extraordinary Google score of 5.0. That was the first indication to me that this was going to be a good experience. Overall, the experience with Newman Roofing was wonderful. When I came home, the job was completely finished. The crew had cleaned up and left. I wouldn't have known that they were there.
What star rating would you give Newman Roofing on Google?
I would, without hesitation, award Newman Roofing a 5-star rating on Google.
Any advice for those looking for a new roof, John?
Once you have contact with Newman Roofing, you'll understand why everybody's giving them a 5-point rating.
Do what John did and schedule your free roof or siding consultation with Newman Roofing. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Your home, your comfort, your family, that's everything. Big companies shout, big ads scream, but trust is quiet. It's a tech who fixes instead of sells. A family business here since 66. Northland Heating and Cooling, your local Lennox Premier dealer. Honest comfort, real people, real peace of mind. Northland Heating and Cooling.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
One of these men was prom king. It was T-Bone. I swear to God, you think I'm lying, don't you? But I'm serious. He didn't always look like this, okay? Here's the prom king and Tyvis.
Lots of college football on the docket today around the Fan. Bishop and Friends. They are going to have ESPN's Paul Feinbaum coming up at 10:30. Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg. That is on Common Man and Timmy today at 3:30. Tons more college football interaction as well. Bobby Carpenter will be on the Buckeye Show tonight at 7:30. So lots of college football discussion, and we are no different. Our guy Brett McMurphy from On3, legendary college football reporter, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Brett, thanks for taking the time this morning. I saw that we've got some college football news when it comes to the playoff situation. You wrote an article yesterday about the Big Ten playing 9 power conference games but not requiring teams to go at least one of the 4 non-conference, out-of-conference opponents, right? Whereas the SEC is now doing that, the ACC, the Big 12. What's the sense you have the Big 10 is ever going to adopt something like that and require their teams to play a non-conference Power 4 team?
Well, that's the reason. Excuse me. That's the reason that I was, looking into that and reporting that was, recently the SEC announced they would go from 8 games to 9 games next season, and on top of that, they said they would also be required to play 1 power conference in the non-conference. So basically, a minimum of 10 of 12 games against power conference schools. Well, I was in Vegas at Big Ten Media Days, and basically the common theme of literally every person from the Big Ten that you talked to was the Big Ten played a tougher schedule because they had 9 conference games and the SEC only had 8. I mean, James Franklin would even call them the SEC. He said that other conference. And so when the SEC made the decision to go to 10, the Big 12's been doing this for 2 years, and then the ACC just last week announced that they would also go to the 9+1 model. So you've got 3 of the 4 that are basically requiring their teams to play 10 Power 4 conference games. And so I reached out to some people within the Big Ten and said, hey, are you guys going to do this? What's it look like? And the message I got was, look, we haven't had any discussions about that. That's not on the immediate horizon. So I just thought, look, anybody, you can play 2 conference games if you want. It doesn't matter. But it was just weird to me that the Big Ten was beating their chest over, we play 9, the SEC plays 8 conference games. Yet now they're the only conference that is not requiring their conference teams to play 10. Now, there are the majority of teams in the Big Ten do play a 10th power conference game out of conference. They do that on their own, but there's no requirement. So there's a number of teams like Indiana, Penn State that do not do it. And so if everyone wants the schedules to be, as equal as you can, and I know the conference strength is different. You can argue one conference is better than the other. That's never going to change. But when you have the ability to have your conference say, okay, look, we're going to require a non-conference power conference school in addition to the 9 conference games like everybody else is doing, then I think for the selection committee and everybody else moving forward, at least we've got a bigger pool of games where you can kind of judge more equally the comparable schedules. So when we are kind of figuring out who's getting in the playoff, who's not getting in the playoff, it's more of an equal comparison. But, again, look, it may change. It may change tomorrow. They may decide. But, the people that I talked to said that's not on the horizon right now. There's no requirement. And, again, for a league that was beating the chest just a few months ago in Vegas over playing 1 additional conference game, now suddenly they're the conference that's not playing as tough a schedule as the other 3 leagues.
Let me ask you about Washington. They didn't receive any votes for being in the top 25 from the AP, and I know that you have a vote. Why is it that you didn't think Washington deserved to be a top 25 team, given the fact that they have a lot of good talent and they're winning by large margins?
Yeah, I mean, I heard Joel Klatt say that, and I understand that, but the issue is you're just voting for 25 teams, and that may sound weird, but basically you're voting on 25 teams. So some teams that probably should get votes don't get votes. And I think Washington's very good, but why did I not vote for Washington? Because they played Colorado State, UC Davis, and Washington State. Bad, worse, and really bad. So, that's why at Penn State, I think number 9 in my top 10, because they haven't played anybody. At Penn State, I give them the benefit of the doubt because I think they may be the most talented team in college football. But a lot of people voted at Penn State in their top 3. They may have got first place votes. I don't know. So Penn State hasn't beat anybody. I don't know if they're any good. I mean, they're supposed to be good, but they haven't beat anybody. So I think, Washington's very good, but I haven't seen them do that against anybody. Certainly how they fare against Ohio State will change that. But just for I know why Joel's doing that. People to watch and comment on it, and here we are talking about it. But when you look at everybody else in the top 25, they played teams for the most part that are a much tougher opponent. So that's just for me. I think that's probably the same way for a lot of folks. You're looking at your ballot. You're looking at this team beat that team. That team was ranked. That team's supposedly supposed to be good. Those sort of things. And so, yeah, Washington gets overlooked because, and it's not just Washington. If you put any team, with the exception of Penn State, I admit, that beat Colorado State, UC Davis, and Washington State, they're not going to get top 25 votes either.
Brett McMurphy joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. So I want to ask you about that. I saw your article where you talked about the college football playoff. They're probably going to revisit this later. Looked like they had a meeting this week. Nobody really seemed interested in going to 16. They're doing working groups. They're going to get a bunch of people in a room to decide what they should do for the next meeting. Doesn't sound like there's a lot of traction for expanding to 16 next year. Then I saw the Big Ten is floating that 20-plus team playoff model. They're socializing it was the word I saw. Do you think it's likely that any other conference jumps on board with that?
Yeah, but I think it's funny when the Big Ten floated, and it's funny, we're going to have these committees and we're going to meet. What the hell have you been doing for the past 5 years? I mean, that's what they've been. It's like, it's such a cluster. It's so hysterical. I mean, this should have been resolved like 3 years ago, but it hasn't. I'm sorry, I took a left turn there.
No, that's good.
Yeah, it's a joke, but anyway, it's a possibility because the big issue when the Big Ten floated that we want 4 AQs for us in the SEC, but the Big Ten and ACC are not going to get as many. And, obviously the Group 5 and all those folks, that automatically was going to get shut down because there's no way the Big 12 and the ACC would ever agree to that. And then the SEC pushed back on the automatic qualifiers. The Big Ten thought they had the SEC support in that, but then once that got out of the public domain and there was such a pushback, and then the coaches, were against it with the SEC, then that basically squashed that format. So now, with this latest possibility, I mean, look, I've said this before. Whatever format we end up in is what gives these guys the most money. I mean, don't tell me about access. Don't tell me about we want it fair for everybody to have a chance to win the playoff. If we go beyond 12 teams, I don't even think there's 12 teams that can win a college football playoff. I think it drops at about 8, maybe 9. Legitimate teams that could win 4 games and win a playoff. If you get up to 20 or 24, hey, that's great. It'll be like the NFL. We'll have wild card weekend and do all this stuff, but we're going to end up with the same 8 or 9 teams that can actually win this thing. But if they are going to give the equal automatic bids to the 4 power leagues, then I think it's got a chance. It's got a 1,000,000,000% better chance than the former suggestion of 4 AQs for the Big Ten, SEC, and fewer AQs for the ACC and Big 12. And ultimately, this would mean more money. It would also mean say goodbye to the conference championship games. But this would be a money play the whole way. It's how to get more money, and that's what everybody in college athletics is doing right now. How can we generate more revenue? That's why reported last week, a couple weeks ago, Kansas and Arizona State are going to be playing in London next year. Michigan's going to be playing in Germany. Why are they doing this? Because of all their fans overseas? No, because they're going to make more money playing those games. So every college athletic department right now is trying to find out ways to get additional revenue to pay players, and because of all the added expenses and all those sort of things. And so, if by going to 24, 20, heck, let's do what the late, great Mike Leach said. He said, let's go 64 teams. I'd love that. We might as well. We're at that point.
Yeah, why don't we just cut the regular season down to about 6 games and get all that out of the way?
I'm old school, and I like that we're at 12. But you know what? Ohio, Penn State, and Oregon have a huge game. Ohio State, Washington, huge game. Georgia, Alabama, huge game. But you know what? They're going to feel different. Why? Because the loser's not eliminated from the playoff. I'm not saying the loser should be eliminated, but it takes the sense of urgency out of it. It takes the do or die mentality out of the game. Look, they're all going to be tremendous games, but and my God, if you get up to 24, it's going to be the NFL. 7-5, and you're in the playoffs. Yeah. Will that make it a worse product? I don't know. We'll find out, but be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, we're looking forward to the football this week and hope you enjoy it too, Brad. Thanks for the time today. We'll talk again soon, okay?
All right, thank you.
There you go. Brad McMurphy, college football reporter on 3. Lots of good thoughts there, man. He seems to agree with you. Go down to 8 teams. And why are we doing this 16, 20, 24
Realistically, there's only about 6 teams that can win it every year.
Yeah.
And I think that we'll see that as the season continues to go on. That you'll see it's like only realistically like 5 or 6 teams that can win it.
Yeah. We'll hit the buzzer when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, drive time's looking a lot better for folks who live out on the west side, but do note we are still following up on a crash. The right lane is currently blocked on I-270 north just past Cemetery Road because of that crash out there. Do expect some slower delays because of this crash. Crew members are still on scene this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Behind the O. Buckeye fans, Behind the O is now in the App Store. Free for fans, NIL for athletes. Download the Behind the O app today.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota. Now through September 30th, get 2.99 APR financing on a rugged new 25 Tacoma. Excludes TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Or lease a well-equipped Tacoma SR5 for $269 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details. Or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody.
We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Remember when sports used to be about calling up your favorite host and saying how stupid they are? Good news. We still do that. The Fan Call-In Show.
Hello. Sponsored by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino.
Sunday mornings at 8 on The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. The next time Tyvis hits a home run in softball will be the first time Tyvis hits a home run in softball. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Final segment of the program. Eric Reeser joining us.
Well, gentlemen, good morning.
Reeser, before we get to that, I got to tell people about what I'm doing with my friends at Columbus Men's Clinic. Got to do that because here's the thing. I have struggled with my weight for a long time. If you've looked at our YouTube channel, you've noticed that. But here's the good news. Columbus Men's Clinic has solutions for that, whether it's low testosterone, ED, or, like my case, dealing with some weight loss issues. I'm doing the semaglutide injections from them. So I talked with their medical professional there. I have a detailed plan of what we're doing, and I've got something that will help. These shots have helped me feel better when I've eaten something healthy, when I've actually done what I'm supposed to do. I don't sit there starving to death the rest of the day waiting for my next meal. I can tell the difference immediately because I got the right solution from Columbus Men's Clinic. You can do the same thing. 614-300-7400 or columbusmensclinic.com. Consultation, including blood work, just $99. They'll find a plan that works with your budget. Don't procrastinate on it. Do it today. 614-300-7400 or columbusmensclinic.com. Reeser, your Guardians.
Yep.
It's Guards ball.
Never losing again.
They're never losing.
Never going to take it now.
Don't say that. Don't put that. You can't put that out there.
They can clinch a playoff spot tonight.
Yes.
And a month ago, I thought this was bonkers to say Guardians and playoffs in the same sentence.
If the Astros lose, the Guards win. They've clinched at least the wild card.
At least the wild card berth, which again, at the beginning of September, you're like, there's no chance this team. I guess if you had said playoffs and Guardians in the same sentence, you'd be the Guardians will be at home, not in the playoffs.
Right.
When you look at this, like the chance to win first place, are you more shocked at the way that the Guardians played or how bad the Tigers have played?
For me, it's been more of how the Guardians have played. So in the month of September that we are still in, only 3 teams have driven in more runs. And those are the Yankees, the Phillies, and the Mariners, who last night had 3 guys set baseball history with like 59 and 60 home runs of the season in the same game.
Yeah.
So the fact that the Guardians are keeping up in terms of runs batted in with those 3 teams that I mentioned, 3 legit World Series contenders with 3 legit MVP candidates, is an incredible thing. Now, the Tigers have to collapse. They have to they have to leave the door open, but the Guardians have to kick it in. And they've done just that. Over the last 19 games, they've only lost 2.
Right now, point differential, they're -2.
Yes.
Which is not great.
Their run differential?
Run differential's bad.
Yeah, run differential.
But that can be explained away with the wins.
Well, yeah. Also,
so I'm okay with it. And the pitching that they've had over the last 2 months, this Cleveland Guardians squad has been as good in the league as any.
This has been it's just been a completely different team of what we've seen this entire season. You know, that's the bats end up getting high and the pitching really turned up a lot, which last year, that's kind of what we went off of. The pitching was really good and the bullpen was exceptional. And that's why they were able to get to where they are. And over the course of the beginning of this season, we did not see that. And that's what was like. And then you traded away all the hitters, and then you got rid of your best defensive player in Jimenez.
And the best closer in the game
gets suspended. Then the guy that you traded for gets suspended. So, like, the whole thing has just been a mess. But to see them pull it together in this moment at the end to close the season the way they are, it's crazy.
You know, it helps your bullpen a little bit is when your starting pitching's giving up less than 2 runs over those, last 19 games, I think it is, that they're currently in. That streak is incredible.
Let me ask you this, Tyvis. If game 1 were tomorrow, Tigers, Guardians, and the wild card, who are you sending to the mound opposite Tarek School?
Gavin Williams.
The same thing I said.
Yeah. He's been electric. Yeah. He's fantastic. The good news is, too, if you get to the playoffs, you have a 6-man rotation that now can get shortened to 3. And then you can put those other guys wherever you want.
Do you remember who we got for trading Shane Bieber?
I don't. Not off the top of my head.
I don't remember.
If we had him as the ace, I'd feel real confident.
Yeah. Sure, but at the time you traded him, you didn't think anything was going to be made of this team.
I agree.
So
that told you that they were selling right then.
I'm okay with it. I think this is a AL Manager of the Year nod for Stephen Vogt and just this turnaround. We're going to do some more baseball on Bishop and Friends today, but Ohio State is heading out to Seattle. I think this is a bigger test for the Buckeyes than what they have coming up on November 1st against Penn State. I think a road game, it's a sellout, and your first true road test for Julian Sane, I think is going to be very interesting to see how he handles everything, because you're going to get similar situations when you go on the road, or I guess when you go into playoff games for the Buckeyes, and you have that game at the end of the season. It's going to be a raucous road environment. So this is going to give you that first look on how Julian handles things. And I'm really excited to see what he does, because I think he'll handle it well.
You guys have Feinbaum today at 10:30.
Yep.
You also have Tony Castricone,
the voice of the Washington Huskies,
and former fan employee back in the day. Also joining you guys to talk about that. So lots of college football, and I'm sure a little baseball too. Go a long way.
Just a little.
There we go. Bishop and Friends, 9 to noon. That's all coming up next.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
All right. If you're of a certain age and you watched Saturday morning television, you probably remember one Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill. Sorry.
There you go. There were 2 camps, and when I was a kid, it was either Bill Nye or Beekman's World, I believe was the other one, but I was a Bill Nye guy. Well, Bill Nye got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was joined by actor Joel McHale, comedian Ross Schaefer, and NBA star Jaylen Brown was also in attendance because he's a big Bill Nye guy, apparently. So let him live. They all came out to honor him. Now he'll have his star on the Walk of Fame.
Bill Nye picked the Guardians to win the World Series this year, so shout out to him.
Hey, you knew
Trust
something.
the scientists, huh?
Trust the science, baby. There you go. All right, that's it for us. Bishop and Friends are next. We will see you for a big Football Friday tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning to you. We are noticing a new traffic alert into our system, and that's a disabled vehicle that's happening over by that center lane on 71 North, right at Green Lawn Avenue. As I mentioned, it's in a center lane, causing a lot of backups, basically from Green Lawn Avenue all the way towards 71 and Frank Road this morning. If you are heading in this direction, again, 71 northbound towards the city, make sure to pack the patience out there.